Sonny presumably went around looking at different shops, but he has finally settled on as a I guess a more efficient disguise, because disguise self doesn't actually, if they try to touch your clothes or something, it's not gonna fly. So his new outfit is black, just like jet black, boot cut pants with
leather pants.
I don't know if they're leather. Probably no, leather's too squeaky. Yeah, leather. Like just deep black pants with like the buttons on the cuff at the bottom, like silver polished buttons. He's got a kind of a tight black vest, and a little bit of a frilly black shirt. Actually, no, a white shirt. Yeah, a little bit, not like ridiculously pompous, but just like a little bit frilly, kind of like a gunslinger kind of vibe. And on top of that, he's got a black leather long coat and a black cowboy hat.
Thank you for shopping at Suppleskin Sam's House of Leather.
Come back for our assless chaps.
Yeah, he turns around and you see the pants have no ass. Just chaps, not pants. Anyway, figure he'll meet back up with people. Say, well, I'm sure you guys haven't done anything interesting while I was off shopping. So we walk up, I guess, and everybody else stumbles out of this fight all raggedy and broken.
Yeah. I don't know exactly where this is in the timeline, but they're not looking great.
There's a point in the timeline when Morak went out and said, "You guys are useless," and walked back in.
Oh, that's only reinforced by Sonny having gone to get a cowboy outfit.
Does somebody want to explain to me what a cow is?
Can someone explain what a boy is?
Oh, wait, isn't Zeka a cowboy?
I think he's goat, I think.
Oh, no. He's a goat boy.
Well,
but yeah,
I think Bartok could be the
Bartok
closest
is
thing.
kind of a cowboy.
well, I hope this isn't racially insensitive. Anyway, where are we off to?
Sleep, please. I could really use a fucking night's rest.
Oh, yeah. You look like death.
Well, boy, howdy, do I have a story to tell you. Sonny, is it offensive if I say howdy to you? Or like howdy? Or like say that there's a hitch in your giddy up or anything like that? Like, is that offensive to you now?
No, sir, cowpoke.
Am I allowed to say y'all, or y'all? How the fuck do you say it?
Nope, you have just lost your privileges for saying that. I was gonna be okay with it, but after that display, you have lost your privileges.
Alright, fair enough.
As you guys kind of just hit the road, get the hell out of town, just kind of put a little bit of distance between yourself and just this entire weird Dracolich circumstance, you guys, either just from talking to people or... Yes?
I think another important thing that happened that we would probably tell the group about is that we did get, like, magic items from the Dracolich den.
Right, yeah, we did.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The one.
It's a fucking... whatever. And in any case, I did actually add those as handouts, so...
Oh, awesome, thank you.
Yeah, I just have them shared with everyone. So the Gateway Dagger and the retractable +1 quarterstaff. So those are both magical, though, for sure.
Right, that was something we wanted to mention to you, Kezia. We picked up a few other magic artifacts that we're going to have to get through there somehow. Either we could try to figure out getting them in, or we could, like, bury them before we go into town or something like that and pick them up on our way. That's probably not a good idea because we're hoping to teleport out of there. I don't know what we do with them.
We could sell them for money. Money can be used in exchange for goods and services.
I figure even if we wanted to do that, selling magic items right next to Herria Magi is probably just about the worst idea that I've heard all day. And
unless, if you think about it, there has to be some sort of, underground black market criminal goings-ons at some level here. So what we can do is use our magical items to indenture ourselves, not indenture, but get ourselves in good with this criminal scene, and then, well, I haven't thought out farther than that.
Jessie just puts her head in her hand, and it's like, see, that's the thing. We already involved them with the other magic items, so.
Yeah, I figure that it's that is an idea on the table, but it's at least equally hard, if not more difficult, than just adding to our smuggling order. To little different effect, aside from I guess some cash in our pockets. But I'd rather have the stuff than the cash right now.
Could we put the thing that you do for Sunny on it and protect it for the little bit right before we get into the town itself?
That would be a Zeka question. He's already asleep in that wheelchair.
Right.
Yes, I can do that.
Well, I think Mary would point out for Will that he was like really hesitant to do it because he was worried about spell slots, and we do have 2 magic.
Because we only have to do it for it to get in, past that first thing.
That brings up a good question. Are we going to spend a night in town?
No.
Because that way, we could use whatever spells and shit we have to get into town, spend the night there to recover whatever we lost, and then in the morning get up and go help Ernolus.
You're still like 2-3 days away from the city.
Yeah. But that's what I mean is like, we use spells to get through the gate, and then we recover them that night, and then the next day we go in.
Oh, yeah, we have no idea where Ernolus is. We're going to
be there for
definitely spend a few days in Herria Magi.
All right, then yeah, I figure, maybe it's worth Zeka using a couple of spells. I mean, that's up to him, but, to get our magic items in without having to smuggle more.
I will get back to you in hopefully around 15 minutes.
So 45 minutes. Got it.
Here's the thing. Sonny, you're permanently under that effect, aren't you?
Yes.
And don't you have, like, an oven in your chest that Zeka uses?
Yes.
If you don't want to cook the staff.
You're talking crazy, Ken.
It's kind of like a baton size. Perhaps it could fit in your oven. Is what?
Yeah, you
if
could.
You are suggesting that I put this up my robo bum. You are out of luck.
No, not up your robo bum, in your robo chest.
Oh, well.
If that would work, why would we do that with all of our magic items?
Yeah,
because you're
David,
pretty big, Morak. It wouldn't fit inside his small little.
I don't know. I feel like it uses cartoon logic. Oh.
Yeah, David. Can I get a ruling on this?
No.
That's what I was thinking. Sorry, it's more of just like it can only hold bread or coins, and it's actually
it can only hold non-magical items.
Let me phrase it like this: you could absolutely put it in there. That wouldn't make it not magical, though. Then you would just also have a magic part inside you that isn't hidden anymore.
Hey, Morak. Do
Yes.
you think you could lead line my interior?
Would that affect your circuitry in regards to how it works?
It very well may kill me.
I don't.
I don't think we should poison you with lead.
How do you lead line something? I don't know.
You make a sheet. You tap it in. I don't know.
Well, hold on. Let's go back for one moment. Do we know how they identify magical items? Was it the dogs?
Yeah.
I believe so.
So what if perhaps if
There's the beef jerky.
Yeah, what if we all just carry lots of beef jerky to overwhelm the smell of magic?
No.
There's a contender for a second.
What I don't understand is that you said that we're kind of planning on Zeka and Artie exuding the magical energy that they do, and just explaining that they're also harmed by the beef scarred. So if the dogs are gonna be on them, say, like, indicating in whatever way the dogs will that Zeka and Artie exude magical energy, will the dogs also be able to detect, also, there's a different type of magical energy exuding from Artie and Zeka if they were to be holding these magic items?
I would imagine so. David?
I
Because,
think it would be like.
I think of like drug sniffing dogs.
Yeah, no,
As in, like,
it's.
if there's
Or
drugs
body
there, the
sniffing.
dogs don't get to say, "Yes, I know that there's this many
It's not like
grams of
it's
drugs
not
here."
like oh they are one magic person and then 2 magic items. That would work. The risk would just be they find the magic item because they're looking at Zeka closely, but they wouldn't be like, oh, he's got a magic person and a magic bone.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I
if
mean-
you guys could hide it on Zeka though, I don't see why that wouldn't be able to work. It would just be about them not physically finding it, and they would probably just wave him through.
Sure.
Like body sniffing dogs instead. You have a dead dog
think-
on top of them.
I think that's the best idea we've come up with by far, but I just want to make sure before we go doing that, is there any reason that we can't just add these to our smuggling order? I'll pay for it if it's,
Right?
extra
Yeah.
coin.
If it's a matter of money, I can help pay for it.
When
Kezia,
did we put in that smuggling order?
Earlier
Was it
today.
technically?
You could
Well,
maybe you could check at the very least.
we could go check. Yeah, that's.
I
Yeah.
think if that works, it's the best option, and if it doesn't, we go with Ode's plan.
Well,
That
It's just it
very
seems
wise, but-
suspicious because then I will have gone over to talk to them twice, and they might say no. I suppose I could send a message. I can't send a message.
If you're worried about the same person twice, you could. I'd be happy to go talk to him, or have somebody else here go talk to him.
Yeah, like I could go talk to them.
Yeah, Morak and I have a good track history of political discussions with.
Yeah, we haven't fucked it up once yet, to be fair.
That's super fair. Super fair.
2 dudes with -1 charismas just getting shit done. We're the everyman in this scenario.
But I
People
don't
like it because they
necessarily
can relate to you.
think
Well,
best idea.
are you worried about people being like, "Oh, she's a criminal. She went to go see them twice," or like looking like a fool in front of like your criminal friends?
Well, more if I'm being honest, more the second one than the first.
Oh, Kezia, could I go and say like, oh, you know me, just
No, because
wrong bird.
I should take responsibility for the connection that I have. It's not your guys' responsibility. I wish I could just send a message to him and just say though, if he could to request his presence or to request the other guy's presence. That would be much better. But I don't think he would. He would think it would be. I think he would think it would be a trap. To be honest. Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll go ask. I'll go ask around.
Sure. You want any help or anything like that, or?
I'd rather them not see too many of you.
Sure.
Would you like to take the items with you, Kezia?
No, absolutely not.
All
they-
right.
Actually, yes, this time. That would probably be for the best.
All right.
Okay. I will go.
Here is my gateway dagger.
It looks spiffy.
And here's my baton staff. I think Gateway Dagger is a much cooler.
We should come up with a better name for it. Doesn't really matter what it's called. You can call it whatever you want.
And I do not know where you got this from. I do not know about anything that's related to the thing that happened in the tavern thing. They will not know. I will go. And I'll go back to the Ticketmaster.
Oh yeah, and on the +1 retractable quarterstaff, you do actually see a little aspect on the side that says "new name available." So whenever you want to fill it out, but it's stuck with it as soon as you lock it in.
I'm thinking, Ode, that since when you click the button, it like becomes more than itself. It's like adding to itself. So what if we just what if it's just called a +1 quarterstaff? It's just like adding +1 of itself to it.
But it expands more.
Would that just make it an extra long quarterstaff, or?
No, currently it's a 1/8 staff.
You mean a 1?
I will beat you.
Who are you talking to, Byron?
What? Oh, I was talking to anyone. Just the voices in my head. Don't you worry.
Oh God, again.
He's back.
Kezia, you start heading back towards Ticketmaster.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I tried to disguise myself previously, and this time I won't.
Okay.
Or I'll disguise myself in I don't know. I can't disguise myself in a different way, so whatever.
Okay. As you go back there, they are just you just go through the same rigmarole as before, and you eventually are brought before MacLeod again.
Hello again.
Hello. Can I help you?
I
Do you need another
apologize.
wheelchair?
Not another wheelchair, no.
You sure?
My traveling companions seems to have been holding out in small items. I actually have 2 more to add to the list.
Okay. We haven't shipped them out yet, so you're
I
lucky.
was hoping you would say that.
We'll just hand wave it. He's willing to accept it. I will. How much was it?
It was a lot.
Okay, I'm going to just say it is 70 gold because I can't remember what the old prices were.
Sure.
It's either a really good deal or he's giving you a late fee. It's fine.
There's no middle ground.
Listen, in any case, though, he does take them. It's actually good that you came by. I meant to see you, or I meant to give you a message before you left.
Oh.
Yes.
yes.
First of all, regarding retrieving them, I will have notify someone in the city. They will reach out to you, or they will drop off the box, depending on which is safest for them.
Absolutely.
And secondly, just when were you last in Herria Magi?
Yeah, about 3 years ago. Why?
Things have gotten more tense between members of the menagerie. Just, if you're with the Archron, just try to be careful. Don't cause any shit. He drops the fucking, politeness. Don't fuck shit up.
Well, I would need to know who to avoid mentioning in that case.
I believe that there's a few different gangs in Herria Magi. Archeron is basically one faction. And there's more, but we'll get to that later. Skinny Walker's gang. I love that name so much. Skinny Walker's men. They've been at odds with the Archeron since, I believe, shortly after your departure.
Oh.
Don Talon has remained mostly neutral. But tread lightly. Things have just been tense between all of them for some time, and it is itching to blow over into a fight.
Okay. Thank you for the information.
Of course. Good luck.
I walk out.
Alright. And with that, the other two are sent off, and yeah, they will either give you a location to pick them up or drop them off with you once you're in the city.
Okay, understood. Understood, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all set. We should be good to go.
And with that, unless anyone has any last things they want to do, are you guys just going to hit the road?
Did we ever get healer's kits? That was something I wanted to do.
No, but I'll look up the price for them later. You can pick up 2.
Yeah, I just want to pick a couple of those up, and I'm going to give one to Kezia, and I'm going to give one to Morak.
Okay.
I will take it and immediately give it to someone that's proficient in medicine.
No, you don't need to be proficient in it for it to work, I believe. Right?
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
just if you have a healer's kit, you use an action and you can just stabilize someone.
Oh, okay. Well, I will take that then.
Yeah, so the way that I see it, it should be like the people who are less trained should have this just in case of like a really bad emergency, you know?
It's just cocaine in here.
Don't tell anyone.
Okay. You little fist bump.
I think that's his flower box.
We've got the gourmet shit over here. We've got the caster sugar in the other one.
one's not bleached, man. It's normal.
You guys do hit the road. It is probably 2-3 days journey on foot just to get to Herria Magi, so it's pretty damn close. But as you guys kind of just begin to make your way towards there, just as you go by, just as you guys are walking along the road, I imagine just each night you know, eventually stop, set up camp, but just kind of at the side of the road, and you just kind of... What was that?
Make tea.
When you're saying,
You're
David,
good.
over the course of a few days, do we successfully get at least one long rest in?
Yes, you guys finally get a long rest in.
Oh yes.
God.
Except for Byron.
God damn it.
No, you're good.
Wait, what level is Byron now? Just out of curiosity.
5.
Sick.
Yep, he is level 5. He has up to 3rd level spell slots.
But as you guys are kind of just on the road towards the city, just each night you see like pretty consistent just traffic moving towards and from the city, just a bunch of carts. You actually see just as you go like just more people heading towards the city, like in just random carts, like farmers and like just like Conestoga wagons or just like walking like you guys are just right towards Herria Magi. Like a pretty like more foot traffic than you'd expect is really what I'm trying to get across.
What's going on?
Do you stop one of them to ask?
Oh no, I don't know. I was asking like whoever's walking next to me, I guess.
It'd probably be Sunny. Wait, so you're not in the wheelchair at this point. Do we have the wheelchair with us?
Yes.
You have it. I don't know if he's in it.
Are we just pushing an empty wheelchair?
I think it was
It's got all of our shit in it.
I think that I should.
Well, it's a
I think
retractable
that I
plus
should
one
stay in the
wheelchair.
I should stay in the wheelchair so I make sure that I'm like used to it, so I don't just randomly like stand up at some point while we're in Herria Magi.
You know what? That's a good point.
Yeah, sure. You just don't want to not walk the whole way. We get it.
Idea, someone break my legs and then I won't have to fake it.
All right, you got it, partner.
You literally asked for it.
I kid.
Alright, Zeka now is a cripple.
Ah, shit.
No, don't worry. Just eat some good bread.
Is there any like commonality of the people like walking to there? Are there like poor people or rich people or everybody? Or... more on like the peasant, like poor farmer side of things. Like maybe once you saw like a more well-off person, but like it is definitely like by majority like farmers and things like that. I'll walk up next to one of them, or like whoever's walking near us, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, it's a just a kind of human family. A man, his kind of young son with like both of them like kind of brown hair, and they have like a Conestoga-ish looking wagon, but smaller. And you see someone else on the inside of it.
Okay. Howdy, partner.
Well, howdy there.
Yeah. Your voice is terrible. No.
I'm getting it. I'm trying to get vocal therapy.
So, is that why you're going to Herria Magi?
No, I just have a problem. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna drop that voice.
Why are you folks heading to Herria Magi?
Well, we heard about there being a potential treatment for different kind of magic, so we're trying to head there to sort something out.
Treatment for magic, you say?
Yes, sir.
I thought they weren't keen on magic there.
That's probably why they're trying to get rid of magic. Like as far as we heard from the rumors, it's helping with any curses, people who got messed up way back when, who still are getting messed up, things like that.
So, like what was happening with your voice earlier, that kind of curse?
No, I'm just cursed by bad genetics.
Oh, I see. So, and I kind of gestured to everybody else. So I suppose that's why everyone's making the trek.
As far as I know, I've been sending out those. We've scarred those folks have been kind of just heading out to the villages and spreading the word that they're working on something, and if anyone has any problems with it, might have a way to help with it if they. It's not a guarantee though, but he looks over to the wagon. Frankly, I'm ready to try anything.
Oh my! One of your loved ones has been turned into a Conestoga wagon.
No. They were born that way.
Wait. Did you?
No.
I want you to walk me through step by step how this occurred.
Well, you see, when a Conestoga and a wagon love each other very much.
Oh, well, I see. That's why
But
we're
no,
going.
he gestures again, kind of just inside. Like there is a figure clearly, like just kind of hidden a bit away.
I look.
Okay, make a perception check. Fuck.
That was with Zeka's character sheet.
All right, 26. Yeah, as you look in and kind of just look over and see, they're trying to like stay inside because they clearly do not want to be seen. But you see a kind of so this guy was probably like early 30s, mid 20s. Son was like probably, I don't know, 8 or 10. And you see kind of a younger-ish woman, probably mid to late 20s as well. But you see the thing most obvious about it is that she is wearing a mask. And it is like a very warped version of those like theater masks. Ones that just cover her entire face. And you just see brambles kind of itching out from it and kind of wrapping themselves around the head.
Can I make like a medicine check or an arcana check to see
what?
If I know what that is?
What are you... You can make an arcana check, but it's going to be very high DC.
Okay.
Based on what you heard from this guy and from just, about the like magical treatments, you guess like this isn't like the traditional magic like fuckery like what happened to like you or the Inquisitor that you fought where it was like clearly. This is like that is probably like a magical item that is like she is like cursed with or like fixed to her, but you don't know like the extent of what it does other than you can see like the brambles wrapping around it.
Right. So does it seem like the mask is a part of the curse, or is it like they're using that to cover the curse?
You get the vibe just from that. It's probably in some part of the curse. You're not sure the full extent though.
I look to the guy and then I look to Sonny and I kind of like nudge my head towards the figure in the Conestoga.
Anyway, so yeah, Conestoga and a wagon. It's a very delicate process.
Well, enlighten me. I shall walk beside you while we travel for the rest of the day. I want to know everything about it.
Well, let me tell you. Sonny, make a wisdom save.
15.
You're afraid.
We fade out of black at the end of the day. Sonny's eyes are wide open, mouth agape.
The horror.
Well, I truly hope they can help you.
Yeah, we honestly, it was a whole lot of stupidity on our part more than anything. We he kind of like you see the kid at this point is kind of hopped into the wagon with what you've picked up is his mother and is just from being tired. The boy there, he got sick a few months back and no one was able to do anything about him. And we were pretty sure we were going to lose him. And my wife over there wasn't having any of that, because there's a woman out near where we live. We live in Summers Grove. It's a few days north of here, but there's a woman they caught out there who said she can perform miracles, kinda, and they've got a bit of a cost to it for damn sure.
I see. And she's responsible for this?
Yes, sir.
I see.
Yeah.
Sonny looks back. Sonny looks back to the rest of the group and said, I don't think I'll say it. What's everyone else doing? Are we just walking still?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, we're sort of just making our way there. There's nothing really huge we had to do on the way.
Yeah. Like, this has probably been the most interesting part. It's kind of just a lot of walking, and then you guys kind of picked this wagon arbitrarily and struck up a conversation. Like, there's more way further down, or if you just waited 15 minutes, a new one would come up, but this one's interesting enough.
Well, yeah. I mean, I sure would love to help with that old woman. Give her a taste of her own medicine, you know. But
I fucking wish. She is crafty. Because we tried to talk out of it, but you know what's real fucking annoying with it?
What?
What's that?
She did offer us an out. And he kind of gestures to his son. Problem is, she backs out of everything. So now we're stuck with this.
But this treatment or whatever that the Weave Scar have might help them.
Honestly, I have no idea, but honestly, it ain't so much for him so much as it is for her. That thing. He just kind of trails off.
Well,
I'm gonna kind of tug on Sonny's shoulder so that he'll like lean down to my wheelchair that I assume he's pushing.
Damn it, we're going over cobblestones. He's a real bitch.
You see Zeka pull his arm up all the way behind him.
Yeah.
Trying to grab his shoulder.
I have double jointed.
Oh no. It's horrifying. Was that part of what got you to go here?
Yeah. No,
Not a bone in his body, poor thing.
It's all cartilage.
He got Willy Wonka. He got pulled through a taffy machine.
Yeah, this my son here. An evil wizard named Wally Wanker took all of his bones. Took his bones right out. Damn it.
It's tragic.
But maybe there's hope for all of us in Herria Magi.
Excuse me.
What is my poor boneless son?
I want to whisper to him.
Don't strain yourself. I'll get close. Right, and Sonny gets right down with his ear right next to Zeka.
My arms just wrapped around my head. It doesn't even make sense. And he's gonna.
You hear a pop as his shoulder dislocates.
Yeah, and he's gonna just whisper to Sonny, do you think that it's possible that they could be, like, killing these people?
The Weave Scar?
Yeah, like, do you think... I don't know, it just seems strange, like...
I mean, that does seem like a bit of a leap to make.
You think? I don't... Yeah, maybe. I'm just thinking, like, they're kind of extreme, so maybe their thought process is, like, if there's a curse, you gotta...
on the subject. I stand up and I look over to the guy on the Conestoga wagon and I say, do you think that the Weave Scar might just be killing these people?
What the fuck? Why would you jump to that? Why would that be your first guess?
They do seem kind of extreme.
They just came to our town and asked us, hey, has anyone hurt by magic? We can maybe help you. What the fuck is wrong with you?
But like,
that is the point.
Yeah, you know what? They seem like very good people who definitely wouldn't try and kill a 13-year-old child.
Yeah.
True. But I mean, to be fair,
I've definitely never seen one strangle a 13-year-old child before. Definitely not ever in my life.
I'm gonna take my family and we're gonna ride ahead. And you see him hop on the wagon, like look over and start taking off a little faster.
Hiya! Kicks it into high gear. Well, there's your answer, Zeka.
Well, okay. I feel enlightened.
Me too. I think we've all learned from this experience. I turn around and gesture to the rest of the group.
What? What happened?
We're all
You
like
guys
a
seem like
mile
some more nice
away
people.
because you were keeping up with a wagon the whole time, and
Oh my
Sonny
God,
just doesn't have fatigue because he's a robot and he's just running, pushing Zeka at like
going at a light
15
jog.
miles an hour.
He's got like rocket boots on.
This completely recolors the scene that just happened.
Imagine you guys just all like, wait up, we want to hear this too.
We're all just like, what the fuck just happened? Did you know he could
But
run?
Ode, but Ode's like totally. Ode and Kezia are totally fine because they can run like super fast.
For them, it's a casual stroll.
They're actually holding themselves back.
Well, I mean, well, I'm sure we could keep accosting people on this road and talk to lots of interesting characters. Perhaps we should make camp for the night.
I think the fact that you use the word accost tells me more than I need to know about how all of those interactions with these poor fucking people have gone, Sonny.
Well,
Wagons
I mean, that's
can
where-
fuck.
Yeah, I've heard things. I've learned things I didn't want to know, things that I shouldn't know. The arcane knowledge in my mind. Anyway,
No.
They're inanimate
it's a good thing
objects.
I don't sleep because I'd have nightmares for the rest of my life.
They're inanimate objects. How can they fuck?
Oh, well, you see,
Why would-
you failed Byron with the dark knowledge. Byron, make a wisdom save. Byron, you know, and you wish you didn't.
God, no!
Hey, but
Cursed
why
knowledge binds us.
can not inanimate objects fuck too?
Has anybody told him?
Told
Like-
me what?
Has anybody told Sunny is the real question.
Oh. Well, yeah. I mean, there was Brothelbot back in the military.
Oh my god.
Keeping the robot spirits high.
Oh no! I got a virus.
Oh no! Should have used the Trojan.
What a walk to this road.
Yeah, I'm gonna set up camp. I've had enough
Right.
for today.
But it's 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yep, and I've had enough.
Oh, Sonny's gonna say, you know, I have a strategy for how we might enter the city, but Ode wouldn't think of this. So, my idea is that we should split off. Byron, and they can think of a reason for entering the city. But Artuk, Ode, Morak, and me, we should all go in. With me maybe disguised as an orc or some other unusual race. And we'll all say that we're traveling as a group from a faraway land, and then think of a reason for our travels also.
You see Ode kind of shake her head a bit, and she's like, "Right, I never would have thought that."
Oh my god.
I think that's not a bad idea, and then we could just meet up in Herria Magi.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Oh, we're splitting the party?
That sounds
Well,
great.
just to get in.
Okay.
Yeah, very briefly.
Perhaps, well, hold on. I don't even know if we would need to split. We could say, perhaps, that we were just traveling as independent groups, and then we met up here, just like we met that poor Conestoga wagon fucker.
Actually, that sounds like a
Please
pretty good
don't say
idea
it
to me.
again.
Yeah, it's a reasonable sounding story.
Right? What could our reason be from coming from maybe the Orc Federation land? Like we could.
Because my poor son here has had his bones stolen.
Don't
I
let
mean,
the river
I
take my
figure-
bones again.
I figure better than Bone Stolen, he just has fucking goat legs.
Yeah, that's what we were going with before.
That does seem a little bit more verifiable in the
Yeah.
sense that we need it to be.
I figure we got a decent enough idea how to get in now.
I mean, it also could just be like, oh, well, I'm passing through. This is a major city in the area, and
I could see that being good for people who don't have like Zeka or I with them, but like if we're bringing somebody who's inherently we've affected in, it's probably the best option to just say, yeah, we're affected by the weave, and that shit happens here.
That
Seems
does
like
make
that's the most common story.
Wait, Artuk,
Yep.
do you think there's any chance they might be able to, like, cure us?
no.
I don't.
But the man on the wagon,
Put quite simply, I've been doing a lot of thinking and reflecting on what's the shit's going on with me, and I've gotten little bits of help here and there by something good that's been guiding me, and it would have guided me here first if this was the place to go to heal it.
That's true. Also, that man did strangle me, and I don't like him, so I don't really like the Weave's Guard.
Yeah, I figure any organization that exists purely out of, hatred towards something can't be at its core good-hearted.
Artuk,
True.
how would you explain to them that you'd want to be cured of the fact that when you cast magic, it hurts the plants around?
I can, it doesn't just have to be cast in magic. It took a lot of effort for me to get to the point where it's just my magic casting that does that. Even if I stay in a place for too long, the shit around me starts to feel real hurt by me, and life gets drained away anyway. That's one of the reasons it's been good for me to be on the road, is I can't really live anywhere for a duration now. I sort of sap the life away.
But Artie, you've been traveling with us for a while, and I don't feel drained or hurt by you.
Yeah, that's why I was real concerned at first when I met a couple of y'all who were, races I'd never seen before, if y'all felt bad about me being around. So I was like, I can't spend much time with these folks if that happens. But it seems like it's working out fine.
Interesting.
I feel no more drained than I would normally being on the road and fighting.
Which was more than a relief to me, honestly. But yeah, that's what I'd tell them if, I had to describe what was going on with me, but not talk about the fact that it's my magic that really spurs it, because, it used to be that way for me, and it's still to a degree that way for me. And that's totally non-magical. That's just whatever scar I'm bearing.
All right.
I figure that's a good enough reason to look for help. I mean, that is the reason I left, to look for help.
And the idea is that we're just kind of supportive friends. Are we still doing the groups of 4, or are we all do a group of 7?
I think that we just decided that we were going to act like we were 2 groups and met up or something like that, because it's just more believable that, we don't have, it looks less like a big adventuring party if we don't have one giant group of 7 people from all different backgrounds.
Agree.
I mean, if we just, I don't really know how entering Herria Magi works, but would it be like, there are lots of people going in every day? Kezia, help me out if you know anything. Because clearly there's a caravan going on right now that we've kind of already, in line with.
So my understanding of it is that it would be relatively simple to get in. Like, there's no tariffs or anything like that. It's just you have to get past. You have to go through the gates like any other city that has walls. I don't know how it's been it's been a while since I've been there, so if there's anything that's changed, I wouldn't know. But I would imagine there would be multiple people being allowed entry and multiple people being allowed exit in a single day. It's just a normal city. In that regard, it's not locked down. Well, I think.
Well, hey, that's good news. That's the first non-terrifying thing I've heard about Herria Magi.
Yeah, I figure we'll probably be able to get in without a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Once we're in there, we gotta figure shit out.
We're just walking past some dogs.
Yep.
Oh, that also reminds me, Zeka, I finished working on your pants. If you decided you still want pants, and if you want, I can embroider like some like, I don't know, markings at the bottom just so they feel really unique to you. I was thinking maybe like the symbol of the Stara.
How about no, not right now?
Yeah, sometimes cool fire decals.
Oh, but no, Zeka, that actually does remind me. You need to switch what Milos looks like.
What?
You need to change what Milos looks like.
What do you mean?
You can change how he looks, correct? I know I can make Bailey look like something else, it's just this is the preferred form.
I mean, Zeka, you haven't done that before.
I'm Milos is gonna come out and I'm gonna be like, hey, become a raccoon.
Not like that, not like that.
You see it, like, look around and just kind of saddle up next to Bailey, start, like, mimicking the motions. It still looks like a will-o'-the-wisp, though.
I'll pull out
Kill
my-
me.
I'll pull out enough. Where do I have it? It's in my bio, isn't it? Yeah. I'll pull out the little brazier and enough. I have.
I know you picked up enough incense at some point.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have the materials to cast these to
I have 5
re-
times.
to resummon it. I don't think I can like change it though. I don't know.
You would just resummon like during the summoning process, sort of. Like if you're able to
Oh.
resummon him if he falls. So it would be during that time that you request the transformation.
Then what do I do? Do I like hang on, let me set up my ritual real quick. And Zeka's gonna throw Milos into a pot and put some flour and baking soda and some
Because he
water
looks
and
on in
milk,
horror.
some sourdough starter, and he's gonna start mixing it up. And then he's gonna throw some like all the materials needed to like cast the spell. And then he's gonna say, "So what do I do different now?"
Well, your method's a little different than mine.
What are you talking about?
I don't bake my familiar.
What?
And you see Milos cycle, land in the pot, and you see them stick out a spectral thumbs up and start descending like in Terminator 2.
You hear a tiny scream.
What should I turn it into? I don't know how.
Add cinnamon.
Well, there's a couple different options here. Would you prefer something that's like flying? Because it might be a little bit easier to get around, and like a raven would blend in really well with that environment. It can also mimic sounds, I think, but I don't actually know if that's something that can happen. Let me look. Yeah, I'm right. Okay.
Zachary, I say make it into a sick ass lizard.
Or you can make it into a sick ass lizard, but they wouldn't be able to get
Morak's
around.
gonna like pull up his hands and he's like, why not a sick ass lizard? That would be kind of cool.
I do kind of like lizard. That sounds kind of cool.
What about a puppy? Can you make it a puppy?
A puppy?
I could make it a puppy.
Or just-
Well, actually, I don't know if I can make it. This is
I think
something I've never tried before.
No, I don't think you can make it something that big. It has to be small,
Puppies are
and
pretty
it's
small.
adult in its adult form.
They're a small dog.
A chihuahua. Make it a chihuahua.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Oh my gosh!
Or like a
make
toy
a support dog for the child in a wheelchair.
Make it a toy poodle. Fuck yes.
I don't actually know if that's something that can happen. I'm more familiar with the more common ones.
Okay, so sick ass lizard it is. Come on, Zachary.
I'm
Morak's gonna start writing
fighting
down.
with the lizard.
Morak's gonna write down every single thing Zeka just did because it is bonkers as hell.
Yeah, so Zeka will kind of finish seasoning and like folding the dough, and then he'll like kind of say a prayer to Mystara, and some divine energy will flow into it, and it'll start to take the shape of a lizard.
And
what happens, David?
So you just made like a piece of bread, right?
Yes.
As you guys see him finish making the bread, you just see for a moment just a normal fucking loaf, and then you see it like a little tiny lizard hand like pop out of it, and then like start pulling itself out like it just got stuck in a loaf of bread, and then it walks out, stands on it, looks around, and then just like kind of just it sits there like because it's a lizard. It eats a bug.
Oh wow! This was something I did not know I could do.
I like how you use the pimento olives for eyes.
Oh yeah.
You see the lizard advance towards Bailey.
Life finds a way.
And it just kind of stare. This lizard Milos just stares at Bailey.
I've got
Bailey
3 gold
wins.
coins on Bailey to win.
No, it's like Rango lizard. So it's like walking. It's bipedal.
Oh my god.
Oh, good God, why?
Wait, how big is the lizard?
It's like... It's
Like a
not
normal
big.
gecko?
It is not big at all. Like... What,
Like-
what
like
type of
lizard
lizard did you
size.
summon?
Bailey could eat this lizard for lunch.
I think like, you know, a lizard-sized lizard. Like,
I asked what type it was, not what size it was.
I got iguana.
And as Kezia says that Bailey could eat this lizard, you see Iguana Milosh look over, glare at Bailey, pull
Oh,
out
fair
a
enough.
knife, and then put it back in its pocket.
He puts a toothpick in his mouth and stares menacingly.
No, wait. It needs to be one of those lizards that stands up and runs.
Yes, that is the lizard. That is absolutely it.
All right, I'll admit that one's better than the toy poodle.
All right, come here, Milosh, and he'll like crawl up on my shoulder because he loves me.
You mean sprint up your shoulder?
Yes. And I'm gonna. Hey, can you make him like a tiny cowboy hat and like some boots?
He matches with Sunny.
Yeah, Mary, Milosh is, in the same way that Bailey does. It's not like a lot, but it's still definitely noticeable.
Okay. Owen looks confused by the request to make a tiny hat and then thinks about how she has weaver's tools and tailor's tools. She's like, I think maybe a little beanie.
Ooh, little skater beanie.
He was a skater boy.
It's a skull beanie.
It's a skitter boy.
Skater boy.
See you, litter boy.
Alright, I'll work on that too.
Excellent.
Oh fuck.
Thank you, Ode.
Yeah, no problem. And if anyone's looking, she started embroidering what appears to be just like a pattern of like circles in the cuff of Zeka's pants.
It's just a bunch of circles.
Bunch of fucking circles, yo. Alright, I did not expect this
If anyone
lizard.
asks her, she'll say, "Oh, yeah, they're loaves of bread for Zeka."
Hell yeah.
It's a Venn diagram.
But they're also clearly just circles.
She's making polka dots and she knows she'll be shamed for it.
So yeah, I don't know how you guys want to resolve the your familiars radiating magic thing, but that's a you problem.
Well, as long as he's with Zeka, the dogs will sniff him flatly, and he just always holds his lizard. We just say it's his emotional support lizard or something.
That doesn't.
You know, we could just vamp them into the other dimension.
Another
Oh,
nine
great.
man.
Well, all right.
I always forget your magic works.
Yeah, with the new lizard Milosh just kind of staring down Bailey. You don't know what, but apparently lizard Milosh has some bad blood with raccoons. You don't know what it's tied to. But with that, I
It's
think
instinct.
the night slowly just kind of fades to an end. Does anyone have any last things they do before you guys hit the road again?
At night, Morak's going to go to Zeka and ask if he can. Well, actually, who still has the remaining bottle of thermite?
Zeka does.
Okay, he's going to go to Zeka and ask if he can borrow it. Well, actually have it.
I
Yeah,
can get this back to
actually-
you.
It's funny. I was meaning to talk to you as well. Here, what do you need it for? And I'll hand it over.
Just some projects for Sunny. I think it's the only way for me to actually melt any metal on the road.
Oh, I see. Could you help me with a spell I am working on?
Yes, of course. Don't really know if I have no bread baking experience, but
Inspiration.
You know a lot about magic, though.
oh yes, I do. I just don't know how your magic works. But yes, I'm willing to give anything a go.
Cool. So here, this is what I'm trying to do, and I will explain to Morak the spell, and at some point, Eric, I can send you what.
I would just explain it because that would work if everyone knew what it was, but only me and you know what it is.
Okay. Okay, so my old master was very good at turning things into other things, right? Well, most of the time he fucked up.
Yeah, I was
right,
about
right.
to say he's clearly not the best at it, but go
right.
on.
But the fact that he was able to do anything at all, that's still impressive. But anyway, so I know a decent amount of, I guess it would be called transmutation magic, right?
I believe that is the common word for it.
Well, so I know the theory behind it, but I've struggled to ever really put it into place. And what I would like to do is turn myself from solid Zeka into a lightning Zeka and go fast and far and hurt things in between. Because
you want to light yourself on fire?
No, not exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out the pop rocks that Party Grandma gave me.
Okay.
God damn it.
So I
Those are just
have been
amphetamines.
experimenting with these, and I managed to make my own.
You see a horrified face on Morak occur when you say you're experimenting with drugs.
He just keeps going. He doesn't even notice. So these pop rocks, very good. They make me feel really great, by the way. You should try them. Anyway, so
More horrified.
I've noticed that when I bake different kinds of things, I get different properties from them. And with these, I've noticed that every time I've tried to eat them, I explode. And that's not great. But I get this electric feeling that goes through me. So I think with a little bit of honing in.
Do you mean physically, Zeka, you can talk to me? Is it more of a internal explosion?
No, I fly a few
are your
feet
pants
backwards.
okay afterwards? Is that what you're trying to say? Are you having the shits? Is what I'm trying to say. Is that what happens?
Oh, I mean. Anyway, this has gotten very gross. Let's move past this conversation.
Okay.
So, yeah, I feel like with a little bit of honing, I could maybe harness it and be able to turn myself and perhaps even someone else into a different tier of energy and then shift that energy from one place to another.
How do you feel that you could do this?
If
I'm willing to help you, but I need to know, what did Ernest teach you about transmuting materials, especially if you're working on transmuting humans? I don't want to. You're still young in your training, and clearly transmuting humans, especially yourself, has not turned out great for you.
Let me tell you, I will explain the way I cast spells.
Well, you see, it's just, bullshit.
Okay.
I think that is essentially what Morak hears, is bullshit, 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 bullshit.
You should wait.
Sure.
You should roll to see how well you describe it.
Yeah, hold on. Roll Arcana. Yeah. Morak, you also roll Arcana. You have advantage.
That's actually not bad.
If it goes bad, you just explain it like you're part of an MLM.
So I rolled a 23.
Zeka's doing pretty good. He's getting stuff wrong, but to be fair, he's 14 and explaining magic concepts pretty damn well for someone his age who was also stopped being taught a year ago. He's doing pretty good. He's missing some basic stuff, but it's still impressive what he does know.
Okay, so if we're going to do this, we're going to do it my way as a Is an easy way to put it. Are you okay with that?
I asked for your help, so yeah, bring it on.
Okay. And Morak's gonna sit down, pull out the backpack, and pull out like 8 different books.
Oh shit.
Oh no. Okay. Yes. I haven't read a book in a while.
Oh, really? Well, you can start with this one. And he's going to just lay down the basics of magic book that he found in the temple earlier with the old Imperial outpost. That basically just describes how each type of magic works.
Yep.
And he's basically going to like pull out a bunch of shit. I don't have enough. Ode, can I borrow some paper? He just shouts that towards the general area.
Ode like drops what she's doing. Yes, of course. And reaches into her bag and hands you some like heavily crumpled paper.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Ode.
Oh, and then she like actually pulls one back. She's like, "Oh, not that one." But still,
you see that one's the. Never mind.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. And Morak's going to start drawing runes and circles and have basically try to take whatever weird ass magic that Zeka's currently wrote that involves cumin. And tries to actually turn it into arcane runes.
Yeah, honestly, he's using cumin. That's fucking nonsense. So you pull out your wad of time.
It's like, this is going to be a little bit difficult, I think. But if we're making a new spell here, I think it will definitely be worth it. And I think for like probably way too long, Zeka probably should have gone to bed by now, but he's gonna keep insisting that they keep working on writing the runes for this spell to make it work.
Okay.
And
Zeka will dutifully do it.
Yeah. And if we do this again for the next night, I have another scene. So we can keep going.
Oh wait, sorry, I got the days a little confused, so never mind. But okay, then yeah, the next day kind of progresses on.
Since I'm in the wheelchair, I'll have like the book in my lap and I'll be like writing stuff down as we're like going down the road since I'm sitting the whole time.
Yeah, all of your writings, you see, they're super like scribbly and there's mistakes everywhere. This is not a smooth road.
Yeah, it's
There's coffee stains all over it.
And before the end of the last night, Ode hands you your pants and explains that the circles are bread and looks like very proud of herself.
Oh, thank you. I will definitely keep these clean.
Right, because you got your magic to do so. Well, I guess you probably should use the magic try, but as much as possible. And if not, we can always clean them like the old-fashioned way. And she gestures at her clothes, like she's been having to clean clothes the normal way her whole life.
Oh, I have not had to do that in a very long time. It would be that would be kind of fun. I feel like.
He hasn't done it in a while then.
He's never done it. He's clearly never done it.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the.
Thank you, Ode. These are beautiful. I like the pieces of bread you put at the bottom.
Ah, thank you so much. And actually, Byron suggested that I work on a nice blanket because we have. Kezia pointed out that we have blankets from being in the mountains, but I figured I could probably whip something together in our evening times, and I'd like to pull out the old loom again anyway.
That sounds perfect.
Wonderful.
Alrighty. Fantastic.
That was just a nice non-related interaction.
Yeah.
Liked it. It shows
just
character.
pleasant. So as the kind of next day rolls on, and as you're kind of just going through, are you guys going to? You guys are kind of just continuing just on the road towards Herria Magi, and that kind of just like caravan that you were seeing, it broadly just continues. You're not seeing a whole lot more people join up so much as it's just maintaining a good amount of foot traffic. Eventually you do kind of come to just a crossroads just a stop in the road where you see a felled tree, and up ahead you see some members of some of the forward caravans, just like everyone just getting out and trying to move it out of the way so people can progress. And you see, you see kind of just stopped along the side. You see another caravan set up. Ode, you actually see a few people that catch your eye. You see a tabaxi man over there with 2 tieflings, just kind of sat up and just, it almost looks like a stage has been built into, like, the side of their cart, and it's just kind of posted up at the side of the road, and they are just kind of shooting the shit. Yeah.
Ode will turn to Byron and maybe Artie if they're nearby and say, "Hey, do you want to help me go see what these folks are doing?"
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Perfect.
Clap, 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 clap.
Clap, 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 clap.
All right, we walk over to see what they're doing.
Fantastic. And as you walk over, you see, as I said, a tabaxi man, probably like 40 going on 50 years old, and just kind of in very like just relaxed, loose fitting clothing. Two tieflings, a man and a woman, and you actually see an orc woman there as well. She's kind of just sitting in the background, like clearly the most withdrawn from everything. But the other 3 see you coming over, and are like, "Ah, hello. It's not often we see such odd company around here, particularly 2.
Right, that's why we wanted to come over and say hi and see if we could meet you.
Well, it's
I'm Ode, and this is. Ode kind of looks to Byron to be like, "Oh, if you don't want to introduce yourself."
Oh, yeah, I've got it. Hi there, lads. I'm Ken. It's nice to meet you.
Artuk. Hi.
a pleasure to meet all of you. My name is Melody of Dawn. These are my friends Poyo, gesturing to the tiefling woman, and Salah, the tiefling man. It's a pleasure to see all of you. May we help you with anything?
I believe we were just kind of curious about this stage and what all you are doing around here. Seems like an interesting little setup you got.
Yes, sir. Well, you see, would make a quick history check for me.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so this will be partially explained, but so Ode, you're identifying this, and this kind of mobile cart, this kind of play, attached to the cart, the fact that they're tieflings and tabaxi. These people are probably members of kind of the Masevik nomads. Basically, they are nomads who, after the tabaxis and tieflings, a lot of them got pushed out from the Shrouded Lands, kind of just became traveling nomads just throughout the world as, storytellers, weavers. A lot, your family probably was, in some way before they settled in Broken Chain, had some connection to them, but it's not as though it's, one that you're immediately aware of.
Okay.
Well, you see, we are actors and we are storytellers, and we were actually hoping to head towards the city over there. We'd heard certain things about it and wanted to inquire. We were after certain texts that they have within the city, and we're hoping that we could persuade them to be released to us.
What texts were you hoping to acquire?
Ah, well, it is for a story that has been passed down for many years as a verbal tradition among my people, but there's a text I've discovered at the archive within the city. It's called The Garden's Keeper. We're quite interested because we'd like to understand how the story began and how it's changed over the years.
By chance, would you have the time to maybe tell us a little bit of that story? I know personally, look to Artie and Odin and be like, I am incredibly interested to hear some of this.
You see him smile, and you see him he was kind of lounging on just a tree stump, and he stands up and is like, Pollo, Salah, come, we have guests. We have guests and we've a show to put on. And he kind of just starts heading back and like getting an actual like stage set up. I am happy to. While we're unfortunately held up, but owing to that tree business, I would be happy to tell you the tale.
As they're setting up, Byron will turn to Owen and be like, "Great fucking call. This is gonna be amazing." Yes.
Yeah, figure is definitely going to be the most interesting part of the trip. So thanks for inviting me.
Right, well, of course, anyone's invited, and Ode kind of gestures to her, and she's like, but I'm glad you two are by me now.
Yes. Byron's is almost like bouncing on like the balls of his feet. He's like, yes, yes, yes. Sorry, fuck yes.
Just so it's Artuk, Ode, and Byron. Sorry. And that's the three who are there.
And of course, if anyone else wanted to hop in.
Yeah, I mean, they'd be able to see, at the very least, Byron getting visibly excited.
I have Morak and Sunny probably going to help fix the tree situation.
That makes sense.
And Will said BRB, so he'd probably just want to hang around Sunny, I'd imagine.
I will.
I'm back.
Zach over.
Oh, I know you were raised in Broken Chain. You spent a lot of time in your backstory in Orc territory, right?
I spent about the past 5 years.
Okay. So just one thing. First of all, odd that there's an Orc person just kind of this far east. Not impossible, but just a little odd. It's a little odd that they are traveling with, like, this kind of nomad artisan, like, caravan, though. Just something to be aware of.
And they didn't get introduced.
Yeah, they are just kind of sitting back, and they are, like, you can even just see now, like, first of all, they look like a warrior through and through. Like, they are, whereas, like, the tieflings and the tabaxi man, they are, like, you know, they're, like, loosely dressed and, like, comfortable clothes and, like, now preparing to put on costumes and shit. This woman is armored up. And, like, has a great sword, like, on her back.
So while they're preparing for the story, Ode will say to the Orcish woman, I've spent some time in Cathartis, actually, too. What brings you all the way over here?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, okay. Oops, sorry, that was performance, but it's the same modifier.
She kind of, like, as you say that, she kind of just is like, I not sure. And there's just that awkward pause after that, because what the fuck is that answer?
Oh, Ode then switches to speaking in Orcish, and she's like, I could use this language if you prefer.
As you do that, you actually, like, see her eyes, like... roll an insight check.
Ooh, okay. I feel like I'm getting all the checks.
Oh, shit.
As you do that, there's, like, this moment of, like, familiarity, because you're speaking Orcish to her, of course. She seems almost confused by it for just, like... Oh, yeah, you can definitely hear it. For just, like, half a second, she's just like... Oh, that's what she said. Why do I recognize it? She just seems, like, a little confused by that. In Orcish. Hello? Yes. I'm sorry. I'm somewhat out of it in recent days.
Ode will ask, are you okay?
I suppose? Confused, I think is the word. Confused, I would say, is probably the word for it more. I'm just rather out of sorts lately.
Well, Ode will be, like, a little confused by this herself, and maybe she'll lean in and say, well, if you need help at all, feel free to let us know. And then she kind of looks at the group that the orc woman is traveling with, kind of like figuring out, like, I don't know what's going on.
Roll. I'm gonna say I know your perception's pretty decent. You and Artuk both see, just looking over, like the woman has, like, armor on and like a shield just laid back against the stump. And you see what is distinctly an Orcish symbol on the shield. You can make a history check if you'd like to try to recognize it.
You know what? Sure. I'll try it.
Yeah, Ken can do that one.
13.
You recognize, fittingly, you weren't exactly out in orc territory a whole lot, but you recognize, like, the concept of this is of belonging to an orc clan. Like, the orc clans have different, like, arts as almost like a banner to them.
And he's probably able to tell it's not the Tuskbane clan.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely not the Tuskbane one. You've been around Morak enough that you recognize what that one is. But it's just, you see that it is like a stylized heart with like an arrow, with like 2 arrows above it. But you can't recognize like which one it's tied to.
I think that Byron will be like, "Oh, why don't we go up there and join the conversation? What do you think?"
Yeah, sure. And assuming that Ken's been telling me everything that he's heard so far, noting her confusion and Artuk's sort of, just being as he is Artuk and sort of looking for patterns or signals, I want to do an insight on Melody, just to see if it seems like some weird dynamic has been going on between him and this orcish person.
Go ahead.
Just feeling like the orc seems very confused and disoriented. Is Melody doing this? Is there some sort of a nefarious thing happening? That's what Artuk's keeping an eye out for.
Go ahead and roll insight then, yeah.
20.
From that, you see like Melody like pass by with tieflings every now and again as they're prepping the stage. This woman, you don't get the sense like she's afraid of him at all. Like, you never get any insight on that. She seems just incredibly confused and like dazed, and like having seen the stuff with Ode of just like Ode just spoke Orcish and she seemed confused that she recognized. It's just kind of that vibe. You don't get any like immediate like malicious intent from her towards Melody or Melody towards her.
Sure.
Okay.
But it's enough to raise a red flag for me.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Good to know. Thank you.
No problem. And actually, at this point, the woman says, "If you'll just excuse me a little bit," and she kind of just heads back towards the cart. And you guys are left alone for just a minute. You see them just still prepping the stage.
2 of y'all be real careful. Something, I hate to say it again because I literally said this just a couple days ago when we were sitting in that bar. Something fishy's going on here, and it could be dangerous to us if we're too trusting right now.
Fair enough.
DM.
Fishy thing happened during a play, so.
Man, there's just a pattern. I'm going to. Well, actually, first I'm just gonna be. Could you guys me here real quick if I try to cast a spell? Just stand in front of me enough that people won't be able to see it all that well.
Yeah, sure. I'll try to hide you as best I can.
Sure. So as discreetly as I can, I'm gonna just cast Detect Magic and look around.
Okay. I want you to roll a stealth check. You have advantage because Byron's hiding you, and the DC is going to be pretty low because a lot of people are distracted by moving the logs or things of that nature. But just roll just to be sure.
Yep.
I think with that in mind, Byron will also be like, "Hey, you've got this," and give him a bardic inspiration.
Oh,
Nice.
cool. So how many D6 or what?
1d8.
Oh, D8. Awesome.
Okay.
All right, that'll be a 13.
13 total?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll say you get it off.
Man,
Do you get
I'm glad I
back
took
after
Detect
a short
Magic.
Rest or a long rest?
Now it's on a short rest because it's on as a 5th level.
Okay. As you cast that spell, you do detect like an element of magic that is targeting that orc woman. It's enchantment school specifically. You don't get anything from. Is there anyone? Well, yourself. You get one from yourself. You get Zeka's too far away at this point. You don't get anything from any of the. Well, you get random bits from like one of the carts, and then you get one, and you don't get anything from either the Tabaxi or the Tieflings.
All right, get the two of y'all. Real quiet about it, but she definitely is being magically influenced right now. Something's up with her. I don't see it anywhere else. There's probably some magic items or something in that cart over there, but that's their business, not ours. The big issue is that she is definitely under a spell right now, and I can see it.
Perhaps we could just ask them and not expect them to tell us the truth, but see
Actually,
what they say.
And as you actually say that, you see Melody of Dawn kind of like finish setting up, and you see like it's like almost a nature scene that's been set up really quickly on the kind of like play stand, and he kind of walks over to you. Right, we'll be ready in just a moment.
Oh, excuse me, Melody of Dawn. Do you tend to prefer to go by Melody or Dawn?
I'm fine with either. Melody, Dawn. Several folks have called me Mel. Quite frankly, it makes no difference to me.
Right, and since we're on names, what was the name of that woman over there?
He kind of glances over for a second and kind of like leans in and is like, we're not actually sure. We found her just a few days ago and picked her up because she was out in the woods, or well, out along the road rather. We've been calling her Little Dove and she's been responding to it, but I'm afraid we don't actually know much about her. Just didn't seem right to leave her alone just alone on the side of the road. She was pretty badly hurt actually at the time.
Oh, we'll kind of look from Melody of Dawn to Artuk to see if Artuk wants to ask any questions.
Artuk is gonna remain quiet for now.
Okay. Would you like to roll insight on any of that?
Actually, heck yeah, I do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking there. All right. 22.
God damn.
Man, stealth is a no, insight is a yes. Hi, I'm Artuk.
He seems pretty genuine. Like him leaning in, it wasn't like a here's this deep secret. It's more just like we don't really know a whole lot. Like you can't tell exactly like every detail, but he seems genuinely concerned. Like, I don't know what's up with her. We picked her up just so she wouldn't be hurt or left on the road, but he seems about as confused by it as you guys are.
Sure.
And seeing that Artuk won't or doesn't seem like respond, we'll be like, seems pretty charitable of you all to look after her. Let us know if perhaps we can help at all, but we are excited for the show too.
Indeed.
I'm quite.
Ooh, that does remind me. Do you mind if I take notes on your story structure or anything while you do this? I'm a bit of a fledgling storyteller myself, and I'd love to see the different styles from a different land and just kind of come to understand it better.
My friend, I would delight if you would carry this story on. Please take all the notes you need. If you need any advice or any tips or critique, I am ready and willing to be at your service.
You, sir, are a blessing. Please continue. I look forward to it.
And as you do that, do you guys have any other questions for him? Because he's about to head towards the stage.
Not for him, but the moment that he walks away, I'm going to look to Byron and Ode and say, I think that by a complete happenstance and chance, the spells that I chose for today might be perfect for this scenario. I think I can help her.
We have something that can get rid of a spell?
Precisely.
Like something that would say dispel it?
Precisely. And,
dispel
this might be by chance literally the first time I've taken it the entire journey we've been on, but I felt like it might be important today for absolutely no reason. And for some fucking weird reason, it's important.
Adam, I adore you.
Oh my god.
But
what a great fucking happenstance.
Right? The issue is, once again, it's magic, and I'm a little bit, afraid to cast it so close to Herria Magi. I might try, I don't know, do you think it'd be a good idea to head out for a while, come back disguised or something like that, and try to do it? Or is there one way or another, it's going to be hard to completely hide it. I have to basically walk up like, oh, actually, I can do it from distance. I can go hide and try to do it or something.
I could always, if we go somewhere into the forest where people can't find us, I could always like enhance your abilities and make you better at, those stealthy actions.
Yeah, if you want to enhance that, I can bring up. I can make shadows cling to me a little more strongly with some magic of my own, and then I can stand 100 feet away from here, off in the trees, and just try to drop it on her.
Yeah, I think we can try that. We'll just have to be very careful.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be the most stealthy physically possible for me. It's, this is the safest bet we possibly can get, but I think I can help her.
And I think that's important, so yeah.
Would you like to do it during the play? Perhaps
Yeah,
everyone else is distracted?
Perfect idea.
Let me double check how I cast that enhance ability spell.
It's verbal, semantic, and material.
Yep. Good thing I plucked a random feather from actually, technically, I just reach over and pluck a hair out of Odin and go, well, I have a cat's hair for cat's grace. Thank you for that, Odin.
No problem. And she kind of look, like just rubs the place where he plucked it and thinks, "Is this cat hair?" but doesn't say anything.
What's weird is that one in particular, it just wasn't hair. I don't know what it was though.
I mean, if you guys are gonna cast stuff on me, we could all, walk away for a hot second before they get started. You could cast them too. Y'all can walk back, and I can wait for the play to get in action, watch from a distance, and then do it at some point.
Sure. And Ode shouts, "Hey, Melody without Dawn, we're gonna go piss so we don't do it during your show."
Sounds good.
Or sorry,
Right.
Melody at Dawn. I said without. Anyway.
You see, and,
So I
and you've
suppose
given me
we-
another name to actually put. And I'm gonna actually write that one down because that's kick-ass.
It is. All right, so I guess we probably walk off a ways, off into the woods or something like that. We could also maybe tell people what's going on, but otherwise we could just go off, let some spells loose, and then go back.
Oh, I'm always down for increasing the communication of our group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a bad idea.
That'd be a good thing.
If
more
anybody
people
is
that can watch
reasonably
out.
close by, I'll walk over. We can walk over towards them like this. Is anyone reasonably close by?
So I think Sunny and
Morak,
Zeka are like helping with the Morak and the stump, and I know
Yeah.
Kezia was. I said that Kezia was like looking around in the woods, so I don't even know if you would.
As you guys go into the woods, you find Kezia there.
I feel like Morak and Sunny, like, I feel like we stopped because there's the big thing in the road, right? So
Yeah.
would they be nearby?
They'd be
I mean-
close so that you could grab them if you wanted to easily.
Zeka's like watching them try to pick up this stump, and he's like, "Go team, you guys can do it."
Okay, Sonny, just lift with your legs. You don't want to hurt your back. And
Lift
then,
with my back. Got it.
and then
Sharp jerk.
Morak is just like, why the fuck would I tell a robot that? Who gives a shit?
Sonny has his like shear hand out and he's like clipping off branches.
Wait, no, you can't be doing that.
There's other
Wait.
people around.
Oh, sure. Snip, snip, and then he puts it away.
You can disguise self, make it look like you just have a pair of shears with you.
Industrial shears. With his
You
shillelagh
see a few of
arm.
the other farmers who are trying to move this, just like, what the fuck is he doing? You just help us move this. Why are you
Have you
just
tried picking it up?
Oh, why didn't I think of that? Sure. 24.
I mean, yeah, you start getting it moving. It's a big
he's gonna
thing.
roll
It's
it.
gonna just take some time. Yeah.
I think this will take time though.
Yeah, so we're just going to keep helping them do that. Zeka, if you want, you can wheel yourself anywhere you want right now.
Looks like Artuk's looking to talk to one of us. Hey, Artuk.
If any of y'all can spare a moment, we could use you over here.
Go over there for a bit. As much as I'm helping over here, I think I might be of more use over there, where I'm not. I can't pick up things very well from a wheelchair, you see.
Right. All right. So here's the thing, right? We could really use, any hands we can get right now. There's a woman. Long story short, there's a group of people over there. They're gonna put on a play for us. That's awesome. The one person with them is an orcish woman who obviously has some sort of spell effect on her that's making her real confused and lost. Can't even remember her freaking name, or like the languages she speaks or shit like that. And by complete chance, I have the ability to help her today, so I want to do that. But the issue is that casting magic around these parts is not really smiled upon, and so we have an elaborate plan to make me be able to do it from the woods without being seen. And the more heads that are involved in a problem, the easier the problem gets generally.
Count me in.
All right.
What do you want me to do?
Right. So the two of them are both gonna basically cast spells on me to make me better at being stealthy, and I'm gonna cast the actual spell that takes it away. Either I'd say the two areas that could be useful are either if there's somebody who could sit with her, like near her, and talk her down as soon as she comes to, because there's gonna be if it works, there's gonna be a moment where she suddenly realizes whatever the fuck's going on, and we probably want to have some ability to hold that down a little bit. Whisper to her, hey, quiet, we got to figure this out, slow and careful. Or if there's a way that you can help my magic be more effective. I don't know what that would be or look like from you, but that would be the other way you could be useful.
Actually, I recently learned from Miss Stara, kind of the last time that I talked to her, I learned a little bit more about how to end spell effects on people that I heal. If the power of the spell is under a certain, I don't know, level of spell that I cast, then it will immediately end the effect. So maybe if we coordinate and like you do your thing while I heal, maybe like both of the magics together, if it's a really powerful one, could end it.
Sure, yeah. I mean, that's certainly possible. Mine works in a similar way. Mine can end really strong stuff if I get lucky, or if I'm really skilled at it.
Was it Dispel Magic?
Yes.
Oh, I also have that spell. We could coordinate that if we want.
We could both sit in the woods together and just do one then another, I guess. But I guess that doesn't really offer any advantages against me sitting in the woods and doing it twice.
That's also very true.
I feel like as far as actually casting is concerned, I'm already pretty capable and able to equipped to handle this. I think it's going to be more about what happens after I cast it that we're not so sure of yet.
Calm Emotions ready, although I know we're kind of being careful about spells right now.
Sure, if you feel like you can do it calmly and carefully, and more reasonably stealthily, maybe that's a useful thing to do. But
Ode will come over and say, I think we should get back pretty soon.
Agreed.
We were going to.
Okay, I will watch closely, and I'll try and maybe Byron can sit next to her to calm her down, and if he isn't successful, I can intervene with some more drastic measures.
It's not a bad idea. You can also come sit with me in the woods, because then you can be under my spell effect, or under the same spell effect as me for, Ode's gonna make us stealthy.
Okay, yeah, I'll come with you.
I can do my best to calm her down whenever, things happen.
Sure.
Sounds good. I'm glad we all have a plan.
Yeah, and a use in the plan. Wait. The one thing
is scouting above.
Felt very underhanded. I don't know why.
The one thing I'd bring up though is Ode. If you're doing the same paths without trace that I do, don't you have to stay kind of close to us?
Oh yeah. Yep.
So well, she's very stealthy, so that should be fine.
Sure, I just wonder if they're going to realize.
Someone just go watch the show.
Yeah, like the person putting on the show, Melody, Mel, expects us to be there. If one of us isn't there, maybe it's reasonable that one of us had to get going. But if only one of the original three was like, yeah, I'll stick around when we're all excited.
Should I go see the show then?
That's possible.
What's the range on calm emotion? Because if you're gonna be casting spells.
That's
Sure.
a good question.
Oh, and then Ode's like, right. So I guess if you can do the pass without trace thing, I'll let you do that. And I actually see Kezia over here, so I'll go explain everything to her, and we should get.
I
Right.
can do that, but I alternatively can make my spell better.
That actually reminds me. Your spell, would it perhaps say have a saving throw to like resist it? I don't
No.
know how to fucking phrase this in reality.
That's not the case, no.
All right, then
That's the spell right there, if you're curious.
perfect. All right, that's fine then. Calm
And I-
emotions does. Zeka, before you do your calm emotion spell, please let me know, and I can make it more likely that she'll fail the saving throw.
Alternatively, y'all, why don't we just go and on the way there, stop 100 feet away in the woods before we get there, do this, and then head in.
Sure.
No, that's also an option.
There, that way we don't have to worry about who's there, who's not, who's in party A, B. Let's just go do it right now.
Like it.
Let's go.
I like it. Let's do it.
All right. So we proceed to the woods about 110 feet away from her, trying to, hide out as best we can, conceal
I
ourselves a
cast
little.
enhance ability on you.
And you're doing Cat's Grace, right?
Cat's Grace. You have advantage on all. Here, I'll just put it in.
Yep. And I am simultaneously going to enhance ability Owl's Wisdom on myself.
Okay. I'd like you both to roll stealth checks.
Well, I
Can I
imagine.
cast pass without trace?
There we go. I'd like all three of you to roll stealth checks. You do have Pass Without Trace on you, though.
Okay, so first spell is Cast Without Trace, or Pass Without Trace. We all have the plus 10. So.
And then the
Do we
two
have
enhanced
advantage?
abilities, so...
So that'll
Uh,
be 30.
30. Okay.
23.
Stealth check from me too.
25.
Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god.
37. Holy shit.
Nice.
Oh my god. Oh, it's just...
And Ode will say to Kezia, Kezia, maybe you can just help, like, I don't know, use your general stealthiness to make sure we're not doing anything horribly dumb.
I don't even know what that means.
Well,
Zeka, you should really not do that though. You're literally crunching down on leaves with your chair.
see, that's what I mean.
All right,
Oh.
so did we successfully get off Pass Without Trace without being seen?
Yes, sir. You got all three of those spells off.
Oh, all three. Okay. Well then,
Perfect.
from this distance about 120 or 110 feet away, I am going to go ahead and enhance. Oh, Byron, could you would you make me feel
yeah,
a little
here.
bit?
I'll give him a slap on the ass and give him a bardic inspiration.
Cool, that wasn't
You're
what I
gonna
was
do great out there,
expecting
bud.
to do. Right.
RT, are you doing it now?
I mean, now's the time.
Oh, well, then Byron, you should go over there and see if she
Fair.
needs help.
You got this, bud, and I'll walk over.
Shouldn't
sit
we
down
wait?
next to her.
Shouldn't we wait until the
Yeah,
it starts?
The play, they're waiting for you guys.
Oh, and then whenever I approach, I'll be like, "Oh, just give him a sec." They a little bit more than expected. You understand?
Very well.
The,
And okay.
the issue, Brenna, with all going in was that Ode needs to be close to Artuk for the spell to get off
Pass
while
Without
I'm
Trace.
stealthy.
Right.
All right, I'm just gonna cast as soon as Byron gets over there.
And as the play begins, okay, you cast Pass Without, or not Pass Without Trace. Dispel Magic.
I do. At 3rd level. So if the level is 4 or more, I need to make a roll.
You do need to make a roll then.
Okay, but I have advantage because I enhanced my ability, plus I have Bardic Inspiration.
Indeed you do.
So
Go ahead.
let me do, it's a roll plus my, what is
Plus
it?
your wisdom.
I think just
It is
wisdom.
just plus my
Straight
wisdom.
wisdom, yeah.
Okay.
If you roll above a 19, it's a guarantee.
Yeah, but then depending on the spell level beyond that. Okay, so straight wisdom check at advantage. From
Wait, are there level spells above 9?
No.
Oh.
Okay, that's an 11, but I have a D8 to add.
Okay.
Come on.
High roller.
Big money, no whammies.
So 16. If it is a level 6 or lower spell, this succeeded, I believe.
That's pretty good.
As you do this, and Byron, as the play begins, you kind of just glancing over, knowing the plan is about to pop off, and the rest of you watching. You see the orc woman, like, look over, kind of, like, rub her head for a second, and then just kind of, like, lean against, like, a tree, like, as if she's getting a head rush, just, like, looking over. You get the sense whatever spell it was, you did successfully dispel it, and you see her just, like, actually, like, leaning back and, like, just, like, actually, like, covering her head, like a headache is clearly growing.
All right.
All right there, lass. Here, I'll reach into my bag, pull out a water skin, and be like, "You need some of this?" I think it's probably for the best.
She just instinctively grabs it and just starts drinking it, and just starts it.
And I'll turn and be nod.
All right. I'll drop the spell on myself and walk out of the woods, back, like I'm coming back from the bathroom.
Okay.
Okay, I dropped the spell too. And I'll kind of, not grab Hezia's hand, but as much as possible indicate, oh, that's why you're taking so long. We found another friend to enjoy your play. and Zeka.
We were going to pee in the woods and we found someone.
Alright. Also, going back, this was a bit ago, but I wanted to make sure I cycled back around to it. Morak, when they describe it to you, you do recognize the orc clan she's from specifically. She is from the Heartseekers, which are a pretty small orc clan that is not affiliated with the Tuskbane Coalition. They were before the war, but they haven't accepted, your family being the leaders again since they're, reforming. They haven't declared, being with anyone. They just are kind of neutral right now. And the fun fact, is they are really well known for their, hunting and tracking abilities.
I tell Byron that when he asks.
Alrighty.
Alright, so certifiable badass. I really hope she doesn't
Well,
choose to fight us.
I wouldn't say certifiable. They could just be from the tribe.
Well, based off what I've seen of the orcish fighters I've met, kind of pats them on the shoulder, they're generally certifiable badasses. Then he'll just walk away.
Morak turns to Sunny. He's like, "That's kind of rude. I mean, that's kind of... Is that offensive? Just assume we're all good at fight.
I mean, look at what I'm wearing.
That's true.
All right. Power will fucking turn right back around. Like, all right, bitch. I was trying to give you a compliment. Fuck you. Damn it!
And how did he hear me? He was 40 feet away from me, and I was whispering.
And with that, the play will begin. Melody, Poyo, and Sala, they stand on the stage. My friends, it was sheer coincidence that we were to meet as this, but I'm quite happy we did. We haven't had a moment to tell this tale in several weeks, and especially with such good company. It truly is a pleasure to do this for all of you. The story today we will be telling is known as the Garden's Keeper, and it has been passed around my family for centuries. Even before the flight, even before telling of just one who would defend the world from not evil, but one who guides the world back to balance. Let us begin. And as the play begins, you see the two tieflings just kind of play all the roles, honestly. And as you guys go through, you pick up the whole story of this play. It is about just a grove, just a sacred druid grove that eventually just became overwhelmed by this just monster that just overtook it and just harmed the druids that were there and forced villagers all away from it, just entirely overtaking it and basically just forcing this place into a point of ruin. And as it continues...
David,
yes.
Are we at all reminded of when we had to deal with the corrupt dryad?
Yes, actually. A little bit.
Okay. But it's not like, oh, they're describing the exact same thing that we saw.
No. Like I said, they've said this story's been passed down for centuries, but it's like you actually do get a bit of a vibe of that. Yeah.
Okay.
This shit happens like every other week in this world.
And as they go through, they just kind of begin to tell the tale of just these different people who just tried to go in to slay the beast. These mercenaries, these hunters, just anything going in, and they were always either repulsed, wounded, or just killed by this thing. Until one day, just a figure enters the town that's just been putting out a bounty of just like, we need this place cleansed. There's a monster that's just ruining everything. And this figure just enters and just appears one day and offers to solve it, to just restore the grove to what it once was. And as they go through, the play kind of focuses, for the first part, just entirely on just the mess that this has made. And as the second half comes, it focuses on just this woman entering this grove, which is just this twisted, manic thing of just decay and ruin and just death in places. And then overgrowth in others, just in total extremes at every point. And each step that the woman takes, they show this in the play, is just a little, like, it's basically with, like, a fan, but with the little bits of, like, cut paper to look like grass is growing behind her as she steps. And you see them approach just this monster. And the entire time, the story is building up to just this final fight between this figure that appeared, this nameless figure that appeared from nowhere. And this just, like, blighted, that wasn't intentional, but this just, like, messed up just monster that's ruined this grove. And as they do it, the figure pulls down a hood, and it's still the actress, but she is dressed as an elf, with kind of traditionally, Artuk, it's a little impressive because you recognize parts of it of, like, there's druidic, like, face paint and, like, shaman markings. Not necessarily your stuff, but, like, the general spirit of kind of druids out in the woods is actually pretty well kept. I am not here to slay you. I am here to restore you. I am a guardian of this world. I do not seek out to destroy. I seek out to purify. And they hold out their hand, and it just becomes like the second act. As they hold out their hand, you see, like, it's meant to look like a spell, but it's again just special. It's like just practical effects, like a little, like, firecracker or, like, party thing popping off, so it gives a little bit of confetti. And then, like, the curtain shuts for the second act. What are you guys doing as kind of it closes for the intermission at the second act?
Just out of curiosity, does it feel to me like that was a depiction of Alesha?
Roll history.
Sure. Oh, I'm great at that.
Oh, fuck.
It's a druid, man. Like, you don't know plays that well. You don't particularly know Alesha. So it's very hard to tell. Oh, Mary? Great idea.
Oh no.
This shit fucked, man.
They were bad.
This is terrible. You're so angry about there being a second act.
The male tiefling is really fucking dropping the ball. He is just like the female, like, Melody is like, he's doing okay. He's basically playing the role of the narrator, and, like, that's fine. It's nothing to write home about. The female tiefling's actually carrying it pretty well. But this dude, he's just, like, you can get through the play, but you are just noticing, like, my guy, you really should have prepared more for this. It's like he memorized his lines, like, the day before. Or like knows
he's going
about what.
during intermission to like double check what his lines.
Exactly. Like shit.
He's clearly forgot a few.
On the intermission, I am going to just kind of casually walk by where that orcish woman is, and I'm just going to quickly say to her in passing, just after this, we need to talk. Make sure she noted that I was there, and then walk away.
Yeah, she looks at you and is like, I'll say we do.
Byron will turn to Owen and be like, okay, so first off, pretty good so far. That female tiefling, mwah, acting is incredible. The story structure is really interesting. I'm like, I kind of dig it. I need to ask Artog whether or not they're actually capturing, how the druids are, like, accurately. But most importantly, Ode, am I as bad of an actor as that tiefling, man? Please tell me I do better. My God.
Well, do you count when you're lying as acting? Because other than that, I don't really think I've seen you act before.
I suppose. Yeah, I guess. I guess whenever I'm lying, whenever I'm pretending to be... Like, whenever I got us those gems. Is my acting at least better than that?
And Ode thinks about it for a second, and she's like, oh, well, yeah, it's much better than that. I mean, I was thinking back to the time where we were with the giants, and you had kind of thrown yourself in front of them to sacrifice yourself, but then we needed to go that way anyway. And I guess that wasn't really much lying as you trying to sacrifice yourself. So, yeah, I'm going to go with it. You're lying, and your performing is definitely better.
I mean, acting
Thank
is
goodness.
kind of lying if you think about it.
That's kind of fair. Huh. Maybe I should go into acting. No, I probably wouldn't be that good.
Oh,
No,
no,
Ode,
you're certainly fine. Like,
You're great. You're my dad, right? Or my brother? I don't remember.
I've been both at different times. I'm starting to get the characters confused.
Family tree's fucked up on this one.
You know what? You know what you need to work on, Byron? You need to work on focus. You need to focus your craft and make sure that you have a consistent story so that even you believe it.
Yeah, that's something I've been having issues with. Like, whenever we were in the shop and I was playing that role, I kept on finding that, I'm not disappearing into my character. I'm just, at the end of the day, I'm still Byron. And it's just like, fuck, how do I really dive in to the meat of the character, Oh, like, you like plays, you like acting.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
How
fun.
would you recommend I do this?
As
Well, I mean, I love acting, but I'm not actually quite good at it. But I know that one thing that really draws me into plays is when there's good things like special effects or costumes to go along with the acting. Like, they did the spell there. That was cool.
Well, the popper roll. Cool.
I don't know if that's helpful you at all.
As you guys are saying this, actually, you see Mel, look over for a second and is like, I'm sorry, didn't mean to pry, but I did overhear you mentioning you were interested in busting out your acting chops.
I mean, maybe. I usually do a little bit more improv-y sorts of things, but I'd be happy to
emphatically
try.
to that.
Well, for only 12 gold a month, you can have access to my acting class.
Oh my god.
My online acting class.
My
All I will tell
only
you is
fans.
that
I mean
gotta
acting
act.
class.
If you'd like to take a shot at it, we could make a roll for you here. Especially if you are saying that you wish to improve, and there's no better time to practice than now.
Jaw drops. Looks to Ode. Should I do it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god! Yeah, yes. Thank you so much. Like, he'll spring to his feet. He's like giddy. He's like, please show me the way.
And that is the enthusiasm we need. Follow me.
Give us your type 2.
And with that, he gets Gios cast on him, and he is eternally their slave.
Excellent. No, make an intelligence check or a history check for remembering the script.
Damn.
Okay. I'm gonna be like, alright, Byron, you fucking got this. And I'll use, I think that's my... No, I have one more Bardic Inspiration after this.
Can't
To
inspire
inspire
yourself.
myself. Damn it. Well, I got a 15 anyways.
Alright.
It's something unique to lore bards. Only lore bards can do it.
Oh yeah, it is someone you can see.
And only at a really high level.
Yeah, it's
Weird.
really high level.
I did not know
Yeah,
that, actually.
Remember 3/4 of this script, Byron.
Byron, you feel like you've got a pretty good grasp on it, and as you are kind of guided to the back and like put into costume, your role is basically supporting the tiefling man. They've broken the role up into two.
I'm the bro character for the fucking
Effectively, you're helping him play the monster by kind of selling the acting while he tries to remember the lines.
You're playing one of the 3 T-birds in Greece that are just in the background and don't really do anything. You just get to say like random ass 60s shit.
But Byron, as you kind of get
Before we
started,
go back out, can I run to the restroom real quick?
Sure. Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought that was Carson asking. I was like, yeah, man. Yes.
No, Byron will run into the woods, deep dark area, just kind of crouch behind something, take out a feather, and enhance ability charisma on himself.
Alrighty.
And sprint back. Thank you so much for the patience.
And so the third act begins, and Byron, you are in a support role to help make up for the tiefling actor. So what? And this one, it's a kind of interesting choice. It kind of fades back in from when the figure kind of cast this spell onto this monster, and it's effectively, it's almost like an Alice in Wonderland-esque like experience of just like this kind of strange, just this strange like colors that's like very visually interesting, but like also almost manic to it. And it essentially follows, this time in a kind of a reverse journey of like the monster, now played by Byron, and the tiefling man named Salah. Basically going through and approaching the figure at the end. Byron, I'd like you to roll performance.
Alright, got that advantage up. 23.
He is not doing good.
On average, you guys are an 11.
You guys, okay, as you guys watch this, you see Byron start going, and like, he's giving it his all, and like, it's pretty good. This dude he's now so stressed that Byron is showing him up that he is like, the little bits he's improved upon, he's fucking up in other areas.
At a slight lull, Byron will kind of like lean down, whisper tones like, "We've got this. Let's do this." And I'll give him my second to last bardic inspiration.
Okay, it's a D8, right?
Yep. Come on, buddy, get that 8. Fucking hell.
He's having a bad day. But as you guys go through the play, and it's kind of just a reverse journey of what is clearly meant to be the monster through this Alice in Wonderland-esque experience, and it ends by meeting with this kind of cloaked druidic character. And as the play goes on, you even see like basically parts of the costume that you and Salah are wearing basically just shift into, basically from that kind of rabid, monstrous version into a more normal looking one. Into just a less less matted, more controlled looking versions.
Like magically, or just through costume changes?
Through costume changes and just like just costume changes. You two eventually reach the druidic character. Byron, what are your lines for this section? Tell me.
So alright. So with the 15 and the 23, how well do I remember, like, is this supposed to be a dramatic fighting interaction, or like a coming together to find a peaceful resolution?
More the peaceful resolution one. It's kind of like the monster has, like, a lot of its, like, corruption has been broken by this.
Okay. He will stumble forward, looking down at himself, seeing that he's suddenly become more and more his true original self before collapsing at the feet of the woman and look up at her and just be like, thank you for guiding us on our way to purification so that now we may better the world with your guidance.
The woman kind of takes both yours and Salah's hands, and there's a very quick, like, curtain draw, and then, like, you see, like, all of you have to scramble to, like, move the setting back to, back to where it was before, like, back to the previous scene, like, and you are just rushing, like, you have, like, 30 seconds to completely dismantle this.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, like, the instant, it's, like, a dramatic thing, and then it's, like, curtains goes, go!
Sprint.
And roll just a d20. Salah's been dropping the ball, so he has disadvantage at this point.
You know what? I'll give him the last part against you.
Holy shit, Salah got that! He makes up for it in terms of being a stagehand.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Guys, he was just
And
a
the big
stagehand.
finish?
It has been shit this whole time, and then he just belts out memory from cats out of nowhere, and everyone's just
It turns out he was just a stagehand, and they're like, hey man, can you say words? He's like, yeah. They're like, great, you're an actor.
Yeah,
Go.
and so what you guys see is, like, you know, it's been, like, a bit amateurish, but, like, maybe driven by the fact that he hasn't been doing well, maybe being upstaged by Byron, whatever. You see him, like, breathe, and when the curtain opens, the setting is immaculate, like, way higher quality than it was before, like, on several orders of magnitude, just, like, holy shit, for, like, you see, like, plants, like, all the effects actually just pop the fuck off, and it just looks amazing. And as the play, you can clearly see it is coming to a close. The woman kind of takes yours and Salah's hands, raises you up, and just quietly departs, as just it kind of leaves on a closing shot of just all this, like, wondrous, like, restored life and just, like, renewed growth. And scene.
All right. Man. Turn to Salon's like, God, that was such a rush. God, you guys do this just all the time?
I mean, I'm normally a stagehand.
I like that the typical set of this play is just one actress, a narrator, and a dude.
Yeah, our normal actor, he's actually kind of out sick in the cart right now, which is why you haven't seen him probably.
And during intermission, they just heard someone, like, loosely mention that they were interested in acting, and then they decided for the rest of the play to have them join the play.
Listen, we gotta do what we can. Two of us are really good, but our last one, we can't fire him because he's family, but God.
I like that he's now standing next to him, and you just said that out loud, you dick.
Just all right. Well, thank you very much for allowing me to join. This was a wonderful learning experience. Melody of Dawn, you are a wonderful, great man, and I hope to see more of your shows and hear more of your stories in the future.
I truly appreciate it, friend. And what did you say your name was? I don't think I ever caught it.
Ken. But my full name is Ken Byron Smith, but you can call me Byron or Ken. Either.
Well, Ken, I must say, I was impressed. Truthfully, especially from how you described your skills at the beginning, and that may owe to a comparison. But moving on.
To sum it up, you're not that good, but when you're standing next to a fucking plank.
Truthfully, you are quite skilled, and I wish you luck in the future. I do believe they have finally moved the tree that has fallen. So I think it's best that we begin to close up and get back on the road. And he kind of just starts going back to just get everything disassembled.
Byron will be like, "Oh, just a moment for the show and for allowing me to join," and he'll just kind of shove 10 gold into his hand.
My friend, you do not the value to me was in teaching another one of the value of playwrights and of spreading the story further. And he does not accept money.
All right. Well, thank you. I'll make sure to spread your story as well as I can.
Thank you. And he heads back, and they begin to get that going, like get it disassembled.
I'm gonna ask for a refill of my popcorn at the concession booth.
Oh, yeah, that's where they get the real money.
So when Byron comes back,
Ode gives a big round of applause at the end. I'm sure we all do, but
yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So Byron, that was really good. That was awesome. The guy though, he was doing pretty poorly, but
It turns out he's just a stagehand.
did you cast something on him?
Cast? No, I just gave him some words of inspiration.
Is there anything magical related to that?
Hey, David, what would I roll to access memories from the other Ken?
Yes, it is.
Because I think you did something magical up there.
Oh, fuck, that
I'm
was
saying
magical.
this whispering. I just don't really want to whisper.
I mean, to be fair, Kezia, I have a spell active on me currently.
I mean, that is very fair, but at the same time, I mean, like, you could almost hear the difference whenever you said whatever it is that you said to make him more better.
More, I guess.
Like
I don't know if you
when you
improved
said,
that
and
much.
the roses do not smell as sweet as you, my dude. I
was a weird
almost
line.
heard the words
My
twice.
dude.
Yeah, turns out his words of inspiration were just reminding him what the fuck the lines were.
Yeah, but he clearly didn't work that well.
No, it didn't. I'm sorry, Kezia. I'll make sure to use those more sparingly. I for a moment I just thought, the magical was relatively minimal, so I'll be more careful.
I mean, I was mostly just curious. And yes, making sure that that is the case. Thank you.
Sure. Which actually, that does now make me think. Is my silver tongue considered magical?
I mean, like, just you talking, no, but if you cast an ability from, like, your class or your spell...
Oh, I'm thinking of the silver tongue ability that makes it so that he can't roll below a 10 on persuasion.
No, you're fine.
Ah, sweet.
That's super great.
That's otherwise that just gets into just a kind of bonkers area.
Yeah.
Every word that leaves his mouth is magical. But, yes.
I'll actually have Ode kind of as their melody is packing up and everything to go up to him and say, "Great performance, great job. I love the special effects. I'm actually also pretty interested in this story. You said that you were hoping to get a copy of it from the archives in the city. Do you know anything about those archives?"
A very limited amount, actually. I know of them. I know certain members of our clan. We after leaving would go to them, and it was just considered a repository of knowledge. I understand that the people in the city aren't nearly as open as they once were. However, I do hope they'll make an exception for the simple point of culture rather than something magical.
Yeah.
If not,
yeah,
well, we're
we're
no worse
actually
off.
heading to the city too. So if you happen to get what you're looking for and see us again, let us know, because I'd rest a little easier knowing that some bit of tabaxi culture is in your hands rather than locked in a safe somewhere.
I fully agree, and I truly hope that we're able to see each other again in the city.
Right? Yeah, I'm here with my friend because he's trying to get cured. And then Ode kind of stops and is like, "I'm not good at lying," and doesn't say anymore.
Cute.
Right.
Of what?
Oh well.
What did you
Anyway,
like?
we'll let you pack up. Great show. I'm glad I got to see it.
Mhm. I'm truly happy we get that highlighted the need for further practice.
Alright, and it walks away.
Yep.
While she's talking with Mel, or perhaps right after when she gets back, I am going to head over to the Orcish woman.
Okay. Is anyone... That's going to be a bit of a scene, so is anyone doing anything else before then?
I think actually, Ode will like look behind her and kind of wave Artuk over, and we'll maybe even keep chatting with Mel or like making sure they don't like come over when Artuk is
Gotcha.
talking with the Orcish woman.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, Sonny, Melvin, Steve. Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. Okay, we just gotta do this 16 more times, or approximately until those people over there are done talking and we can get on the road.
Why won't you let us move this? We've been able to do it for 2 hours. We just keep pushing it further down the road.
To yourself. You
We're
all
pushing
need a
on the
leader.
opposite side as all the other people.
We could have left already.
You guys have been trying to raise this fallen tree together rather than just like figuring out a way to roll it or push it.
We don't just want to put a random tree on the ground. We want it back to its original glory.
We're planting this sumbit.
You stopped them from rolling it out of the way to try to convince them that they needed leadership to be able to roll it out of the way.
We're both running separate campaigns to be elected chairman of the log pushing.
I've invested in this now. I want to know who ended up being the leader, who ended up being elected.
I'm in charge. I don't know what you're talking about log pushing. I'm trying to be head of Arbor Day.
And that's why you should not be head of the tree pushing assembly.
Arbor Day gang! You see, about half of the peasants that were moving this have definitely backed Morak. It's like even split, but there's this one just undecided guy, and they're like, "Well, geez, I want to get on the road, but I also don't want to not leave this tree planted. Oh man."
Let me just roll persuasion to see how many I can get on my side.
I'll roll persuasion too.
Oh, you can beat that more.
Come with me. Join the fight for independence.
Why do you have advantage?
I shouldn't. I'm gonna.
Oh, gotcha.
We're gonna redo this.
Okay, hold on. If we're redoing
All right, go ahead, Sonny, redo it.
We can
Sorry,
redo
wait,
it.
we're redoing it. Hold on. There we go.
The Arbor Day. We're planting this tree.
It's a heated battle.
Wait, why do you only have +3? Aren't you fucking... Oh, wait, no, you probably didn't pick proficiency.
Wait, hold on. If you want to go intimidation, that's right.
Wait, what is your charisma?
Join my side or else. Blood alone turns the wheels of history.
Wait, Eric, what is your charisma?
No, I just have proficiency in persuasion. My charisma's a -1.
Oh, that makes...
Therefore, it's a +2.
Oh my god.
I'm playing for fun. I'm not playing for good.
Amen.
Yeah, that's why I gave Ode proficiency in history, just from the amount of plays she happened to see. Not like she studies history and also she's dumb.
Yeah, I refuse to take history because I knew that Byron thinks history is fucking boring.
So I'll have to develop it over time.
He'll never write a play. He'll just be one of the most celebrated actors of his generation. Ass Wenderson will come for you
I actually
again.
really love that as a bard, of someone who like
Yeah.
can't write or really tell stories. Like, I know that's not what you're going for with Byron, but they're just like a really good actor and good at embodying a character. That's kind of
I do like the thought of just, yeah, Byron's always like, I'm going to tell a great story, I'm going to write a great story, but he just never gets around to it.
Yeah.
Everyone's just kind of being like, oh, how's that novel going? He's like, oh, it's in the works. Like, it's been fucking 30 years, Byron.
Oof,
I'm
you're
working
like
on
too
it.
close to home.
Yeah.
So, this tree,
So that orcish woman, huh?
Right?
This orcish tree woman.
Wait, the tree's been a woman all along?
Oh shit.
Oh, this tree is gonna make me act up.
I thought it was a dogwood. Because of its bark.
All right. Adam, you were heading over to the woman, right?
This is true.
Okay. And yeah, she looks like she's recovered from whatever that head rush was, and is just kind of like, you see her actually just like, kind of just sat very, very like focusedly like looking at her greatsword.
Sure. So, right. Now that that's all over, I figure you know that something was up. Now you know it's not up anymore, and you've probably put together that I'm the one who did it. Now, from my end, I want to know what did that to you, and who you are.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you. I don't know for how long I would have been in that state, and frankly, I have things to do that I prefer to get along with. So you have my genuine thanks for that.
You know, just the right thing to do if I could. You got real weirdly lucky that today was the day I could do that. Like, you don't know how lucky. Exceptional. Very weirdly lucky. Continuing.
Well, to answer your question, my name is Nash. I'm a member of the Heartseeker clan, and I'm a hunter by nature. I was tracking a monster that was fleeing from the vicinity of Weeping Rock across the continent. I've been tracking him for months with my partner, but it ambushed us. I don't know where my partner is, and somehow its abilities left me muddled, for lack of a better word. I've been, as far as I can tell, after it stalled me, it's been perhaps 3 weeks since I awoke without my memories, and Melody was able to pick me up and nurse some of my wounds.
Alright. I'm, glad that I could get you at least out of that situation. I'm sorry that I, don't have any way to help you with the rest of what you
do. Not worry. Now I know how this thing works, and now I'm going to make sure it never gets a chance to do that again.
I pray for your success on that. I'm just glad that I could help, like I said. I don't really have, particularly much to offer towards you in terms of advice or, help at this point, but, just glad you can be on your way again. That's important.
She stands up, and she is probably like, how tall is Artuk?
He's a lanky boy. He's like 6 feet tall.
She is like got like maybe an inch or two on you. She is very tall, and she is built. Unfortunately, I've very little I can pay you back with for the moment. But should you find me again, I promise you I will find a way to pay you back. And until then, and she kind of just pulls out she goes and just to a pocket, pulls out a locket with the Heartseeker clan medallion on it, and hands it over to you. This will be my promise. And
I appreciate it.
Should the need arise, should you find yourself, I know it's far away, but in Heartseeker territory, this will grant you safe passage, or it will act as my word that you've a favor from me.
I appreciate it wholeheartedly. You didn't even need to go this far with it. I'm out here trying to make sure that the things keep being the way they're supposed to, and nothing breaks that. That was just part of the duty.
You're a good man.
I'll keep it in mind. I hope we cross paths again. Not because I want to get whatever favor it is out of you, but just because I'd like to hear how it goes.
Oh, and she pulls out the sword and fucking right in front of her, looks at her reflection in it and raises it up fucking Grayskull, and just brings it right down, stabs right down to the ground. Do not worry. I bet my left hand that I'll find this thing.
Oh shit. That's I don't feel like I'd bet body parts on shit, but you know, good on you for it. I guess that means you're confident.
David, I swear to God, if you cut off the hand of another powerful woman.
Left hands, left hands.
Yeah, I like I said, wish you luck, but don't really have a whole lot else to say. I'll let my friends know what was going on with you. They were all real worried too. We all sort of worked together to help you out.
Then they also all have my blessing and my thanks.
I'll be sure to pass the message. You have a good one. Get some rest. You probably need it after all that.
I agree. And she kind of just goes like back to sitting down and just like,
Yep. I head back to the group. I imagine at this point Mel and Ode's conversation has sort of ended when she saw that I was done.
Yep, I think that's about there.
Cool. So I'll relay the message to everybody about who she was, what was going on, and the fact that we now have, you know, safe passage and perhaps a favor from the Heart Seekers.
Heart Seeker.
Yeah.
There,
I will add that to my inventory.
Yeah, Heart Seeker medallion.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if that is all, then pending how the tree elections went,
we
guys
are
maybe
going to replant this tree, no matter what, Sonny.
Sonny is printing out propaganda from his chest. God help me if this is a log. Anyway.
Okay, well, we just move it. It doesn't matter anymore. It's gone.
And with the elections coming to a climactic end, the log is either moved or planted. It's so goddamn stupid. It is moved out of the way, and you guys are all able to continue on the way. The second night comes to a close. Byron having acted as ass off. Tree elections having been held, and an orc warrior's memories restored.
So, Zeka, do you want to continue working on that spell tonight?
Yeah, sure. That sounds like a good idea to me.
Okay, come over here. I found, I've been talking to Artuk about it, and since you said, you wanted it to be lightning related, I found some mushrooms over here. I thought, we might be able to give, what Artuk does a try, and, Morak's just going to plop down. Like, okay, so he says the way he casted that lightning bolt a few nights ago was by listening to mushrooms. So I say we give it a try.
I like this plan.
I'm infinitely curious.
And Morak's just gonna focus on listening to mushrooms.
Alright.
And Zeka will join.
Zeka, Morak, make concentration checks.
So like Constitution saving throws?
Yep. Because this is gonna be boring as fuck.
You guys definitely chose like one of the harder things to talk to just in general too.
Oh god,
Okay,
like
just give us how much time before we crack, dude.
Zeka, it's about I'm gonna say it's about 45 minutes. Morak, you're like, Zeka, come on. But the minute you see him break, you're like, yeah, no.
This is ridiculous. How the hell
anything out of this?
Listen to mushrooms. There's gotta be something else, right?
I agree. Like, I'm looking at them and I'm like, hey, I'm here. I'm ready to hear you. And they're just sitting there.
I hate these mushrooms now.
Hate is a strong word.
No, I've been trying to listen to them for an hour. and they haven't said anything, but they'll talk to everybody else apparently and teach them lightning magic. Oh, okay. I guess we'll just go back to reading.
And later that day, as Artuk walks by and sees the mushrooms, the goat man and the green one are quite mean, and they say nothing else.
Also, I'm gray, so it's
God damn it.
Oh, also, minor detail, but that night, so I bought the supplies to make Gak and Targ. So I'm gonna go to Ode and Morak and say, would you guys rather I make Gak or Targ tonight?
You have the stuff to make Targ?
I do.
That'd be awesome.
Then I will make that, and I make Targ.
Okay, Morank's going to go over to Ode and say, okay, so he's had a raw fish in his backpack for about a day and a half now.
Oh. Well,
We're going to have a bite.
Zaka, are you making it for me or for the whole group?
The whole group.
That's so great. And Ode turns back to Morak and she's like, I feel like I could handle it because, like, the cat thing, but I don't know about you guys.
I honestly think it might just be funny if we let everyone have some of this stinky Targ.
I mean, yeah, traditional Targ is actually a little bit better for if it's like a little slightly aged fish, but I think it's better for those.
Yeah, it's just we typically age the fish in like a contained environment. It's kind of just in his backpack.
Well, let's see how it is because everyone can try it and like make their own decisions anyway.
That's very true. Okay, I'm thoroughly invested. An orc's stomach can handle almost anything. I don't know about like human stomachs like Byron and Kezia's.
I don't think Kezia is a human.
A properly killed and iced fish will stay in rigor mortis to up to 5 or 6 days and is good to eat in that amount of time.
You don't have... You should...
have proper chilling?
I bought it from the fish market.
Yeah, then you put it on your bag for 2 days.
With ice, probably.
What the fuck? Your bag is just sopping wet.
Where did they get the ice?
Yeah, where did they get the ice?
I don't know.
Okay, Will, roll an herbalism check, but there's going to be a bit of a penalty to it.
I feel like I could figure. Hey, it's good.
And yet, despite the odds.
Oh, can we play it that Kezia was just standing behind us?
Oh God, Kezia, why do you always sneak up on people?
It's not intentional.
Why do you keep doing it?
That's so creepy.
It's just how I walk.
But definitely not. All right. Well, we're not sure how your stomach is, but I have faith in Zeka to prepare this pretty well.
Guys, I found an ice cube on the ground. It's just bonkers as hell. But yeah, with a 25, like.
He actually started.
It's a good fucking tart. What were you saying, Kezia?
He just started to pickle it, and it just kept in its brine.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, here you go.
All right.
Okay.
Zeka,
Sorry, are we gonna jump to Zeka preparing it? Because I don't know if he should describe it or if I should.
Either one, whichever one of you guys wants to.
Go for it.
So he's gonna take all the ingredients and put them in his arms, and then walk over to the pot, and he'll like throw it all in there, like Link from Legend of Zelda, and a cool little jingle will play, and he'll dance around it, and then at the end, Tard comes out.
I'm sorry, that just took me a second. I imagine that the fears of this are only ever reinforced by, like, every now and again, like, Morak and Ode are gonna be, like, watching over, like, oh, how's it go? He didn't ice it, and he's just throwing it in there? He didn't even, like, scale it at all. It's just a full-ass fish.
And Zek is just singing a song, and he's like, "We're going to make the targ. It's going to taste very good. Fish is a little stinky, but that is okay."
Okay, wait. So my understanding of targ is that it's some sort of like, I think I said grilled fish with a garlic cream sauce, but the garlic cream is added to with octopus blood to make it like a dark color. So does throwing these things in a pot replicate that like at all? I'm just curious.
No.
Oh no, ask Zelda.
Hold on, Mary. No, but it somehow does taste like it. You don't know how that worked.
And I make a side of garlic bread too.
So do we get to try it?
I mean, yeah, dinner is served. Here is our targ. Here are your plates. Here is my friendship. Enjoy.
Oh, Zeka, this is fantastic. This is just like being back in Catharsis. It's actually so amazing.
Well, I'm glad that you enjoy it. It was an interesting thing to try and learn how to make. I don't know if I got it exactly right, but the guy I talked to in the fish market seemed pretty jazzed that I was making it. Apparently, it's not a very popular dish, and he really likes it.
Huh. I don't know why it wouldn't be popular.
Yeah, there's tog shops on almost every corner of Catharsis.
Oh, well, were we in Catharsis when I bought
No, never. That's where we're from.
Right.
We're literally on the other side of Oberian right now.
Well, I want to go there because this dish is lit. It's woke.
Damn kids.
It's good.
I want to know how everyone else, like, in my mind I picked this because it sounds kind of gross, and it is kind of gross unless you have like a acquired or tabaxi taste. I want to know what everyone else might think of this.
Yeah, Sonny, what do you feel about it?
Sonny picks it up and like, looks delicious. And then he puts it back down.
Puts it in his chest cavity.
Fun fact, Sonny did learn
later.
how to eat. He just saw this and was like, I'll keep that surprise for next time.
Good.
Make it canon. Didn't we make it canon that like? Never mind. This can't be right. I feel like at some point we made a joke that the way Sonny keeps his energy levels up is he quote unquote eats, kind of like they do in Back to the Future 2, where they put the garbage in the car, and he had like a butt flap that we pulled back like Mr. Potato Man and threw it in there. I don't know.
I do not remember this at all. I'm so down with
this
it.
joke. I don't know.
I think it was a joke. It was not canonized ever, but I kind of want it to
Damn
be.
it. Can it be though?
It's up to Air Glaze.
He has a nuclear, just a straight up nuclear reactor inside of him. He doesn't have to.
Oh, just a nuclear reactor.
Yeah, as you do.
As one does. But he does take it and he says, looks delicious. And he takes it and he puts it in his chest cavity.
Artuk.
Oh, it's a little.
He looks around in the awkward silence.
Artuk, how are you? Artuk, Byron, and Kezia, how are you guys enjoying it?
I mean, Artuk starts. First off, this looks nothing like what this food actually is supposed to look like, right? Because he just threw it all in a pot.
Yeah, but Ode didn't point that out.
Ode vouches for the flavor, though.
Artuk just starts eating it, and he's like, "Right, Morak. This is what I'm gonna assume. This is what all food from where you're from is like. This is essentially what it is. This is your cuisine."
Well, no, it's typically fish because we're coastal, but no, orc food is very wide and vast and much different styles depending on what region you're in.
Sure, but this is an okay enough representation of it.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Yes, it is fish with octopus sauce on it, so I will say it's a good enough representation.
All right, that's what I'll expect when we're out that way next. Then.
Oh,
Good.
Okay.
Good. I feel more culturally connected to your people.
I'm glad. Thank you, Zekov, for doing this for us.
I feel like Artuk is painful, or is completely aware of the little glances that Ode and Morak keep sharing with one another, and is just super ready to poke fun at the fact that they are both being completely polite about the way it looks.
Right. I got the ingredients. I put it in the pot, and it made a dish. I don't know what you want.
I feel like this tastes good, but just the texture, the creamy of the sauce with the slimy.
Oh, everyone's a critic, huh? How about you come over here and you make it, huh?
You look over at Kezia's plate and it's completely empty. Everything has been consumed.
Oh, don't get me wrong, it's delicious.
Ooh, Kezia's on the empty plate club. She gets a dessert. And
it's more.
It's more.
Morak's gonna go look over at Kezia since we have bedrolls next to each other, and looks at Bailey. And how full is Bailey?
Not full at all. She actually ate all of it. You watched her. She quickly stuffed everything into her mouth.
You see Bailey actually look upset because it's like, I normally get some of the scraps.
Oh, I let him lick the plate. And
after she's done getting some licks in.
Well, I mean, Zeka, if you want, when we go to Catharsis, I can get you in touch with some chefs out there.
Ooh,
we can have a little training session.
Fun.
Yes.
I would love that. Yes, that would be very fun.
Gork typically comes to my estate about 3 times a week to make the family dinner. So, yeah, he could probably just show you a thing or two.
Yeah, I'm more of a baker. I'm less of like a cooker. So, like, for baking, it's like you put it all in one thing and then you cook it and then it's done. So it's like with cooking, I'm like, why doesn't it do like the same thing? So I'm good at making like stews and stuff. But whenever the food needs to be separate, I'm like, it's easier to just put it together. So I just kind of put it together.
I'm just still so confused how the fuck it's hot, but the fish is raw. I'm just having an existential crisis.
25, thank you very much. It's
he's
good.
He's just confused.
Oh.
It's actually typically more slimy than this, so we can add up the slime factor. We can add up the slime factor. It's still, the taste and essence is still there, Zeka, but it's lacking some slime, if you know what I mean.
You know, I need to get out there with my food more often instead of just eating fucking potatoes all the time.
All right.
Okay.
What? Came from a poor family. They couldn't afford meat frequently.
And then you see Byron pull out a potato from his pocket, bite into it like an apple.
A raw potato, mind you.
In half.
That was a weird apple.
Oh, it says, I grew up eating potato soup too. It's actually when I moved to Catharsis that I found all these cool fish foods that I like. So hopefully traveling around, maybe you'll be able to find some foods you like too, Byron.
Yeah, it's been a change. I'm definitely very interested in going back into Orc territory and kind of understanding the culture more, especially now that I can speak Orcish.
You can speak Orcish.
Wait, what?
Yeah, what?
Oh, yeah, no, I can speak Orcish now. And he'll just throw out just like, yeah, I don't know. Well, you were talking to the lady. I could just understand it. And now I can just speak Orcish, you know?
And he says that in Orcish? Or...
Yes.
Oh, it says, well, part of our training at the Cerulean Eye is to channel our ki so that we can understand any language. So, I don't think that's what you're doing. But maybe it's something like that.
I think it might be from the other Ken's knowledge.
You vaguely remember freshman year foreign language.
I think he took 4 years of Orcish through high school and hard college. So he's like conversational. Or I guess now I am conversational.
Honestly, I'm not sure I really follow the other timelines thing yet, but I'm here for you. It's cool that we can talk in Orcish.
Yeah, it's very confusing. Either way, I look forward to it. Maybe one day I'll get to show you guys some of the rustic human cuisine I've had. You know, like shepherd's pie, leek soup,
almonds,
all that good stuff. Almonds? Yes, almonds. I don't know how the fuck you guys have never had almonds.
Zeka could throw all that in a pot for you.
The rest of the
Yeah, we
cuisine
can throw a
has
shepherd and an almond and a leek into a pot.
shepherd's pie, mincemeat pie,
Well,
apple
you're
pie.
Probably going to
you
be.
would want a leek in a pot.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly the same thing Oak did. I feel like that wouldn't be very good for the cooking if there's a leak in the pot.
The leeks are delicious.
How do you eat one? It's a hole.
Are you asking how to eat a hole?
Yeah.
whole what?
Let's stop this here.
I don't see what the problem is. It seems like a valid question. How do you eat a hole?
There's a
I'm
child
not
here.
sure.
Let's not go into detail.
There's
Oh,
a child
I see
present.
what you were getting at. Ha.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. Let's not talk about this in front of Zeka. Okay, Zeka. Here's one more book for you to read before bed.
Okay.
And Morak's gonna pull out like a history of fuck. What's the name of the goddess?
Mystara?
Mystara.
That's a weird name for a book.
I think he's probably
doesn't
looking up the
matter.
orc goddess of magic.
It's Luthic.
Okay.
Luthic is
Ooh.
the goddess of magic for orcs, also known as the cave mother and Grumsh's wife. And it kind of just goes over. It's very clear that it's similar to the teachings of Mystara, but somewhat different, more in line with where Mystara kind of encompassed all magic. Luthic kind of more encompassed healing and protection.
Oh, okay.
For specifically orcs. And this is how these were the teachings that, like, this was like Morak's, like, how to be a mage 101 book. And it's
Gotcha.
clearly used to hell, and there's notes written all over it in the sides of the pages.
It's a kind of a Half-Blood Prince sort of situation.
I don't know Harry Potter.
Okay.
By the way, Morak, Zeka.
Yes.
Next time you want to try anything like that, I recommend clovers over mushrooms. They're a lot easier and more amiable. But the mushrooms told me that y'all tried.
We tried for an hour.
Yeah, that's you chose wrong with mushrooms. Clovers, you might have had a chance within an hour of maybe getting something out of them. You listen real close and real patient.
Okay,
They're not
good.
nearly as strong as mushrooms. I don't know what you tried to get out of them. Clovers, might be able to make you feel a little magical tingle, but they're easier to talk to at least. So you got to kind of build up in order.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
But yeah, again, how did you cast that lightning bolt earlier? You said it was mushrooms.
Sort of. It's a combination of. It's more pollen actually for that one.
Oh god. Oh,
Yeah.
how's that one to talk to?
I mean, pollen comes from lots of things. You can get pollen from clovers, but the pollen you get from clovers isn't going to be enough to make a lightning storm.
Well, how do I?
It's
Wait, how do you get the pollen from the clovers?
you ask. I mean, they usually just have some.
So, wait, okay. What is pollen exactly again?
I'll tell you when you're older.
Zeka stares in misunderstanding.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's not just like I feel like I've given you the wrong idea, Morak. It's not like I just one day was like, you know what? I'll start talking to the plants around me, and suddenly I could make lightning come down from the sky. It's something I spent a lifetime learning to do. It's back and forth, and lots of different plants talk in lots of different ways and have lots of different temperaments about it. It's not like I, just suddenly was able to do crazy shit just because I asked for it. It's a long process that took a lot of effort on my part. I feel like it's the same as what I've heard about lots of other people who know how to cast stuff,
Yeah,
It's
I
kind of
guess.
like. Go ahead.
No, I understand. I think I was antsy for it, so I thought I could maybe skirt by of when you talked about it. I thought like, oh, I could do this quicker because it's different from the way I've been learning it. But I think they're all hard, except for Byron over there, who just got it apparently.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. I figure anything that teaches it that quick can't be a good for you in the long run. But I'm gonna watch him real close, real careful, and make sure nothing too bad goes on. I think
Probably
you were
got
the
some
same
weird
opinion.
intestinal issue now. That Gax, that Tog's probably going right through him.
Yeah, I figured as much. I actually. Oh wait. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go to bed.
Right. Same here. Night.
Night.
I'm gonna try and make the spell work a couple more times, but I'll see you guys in the morning. Oh, good target.
Totally works. It's incredible.
Sounds like the gag is moving through him.
But the right way.
Alrighty.
Fade to black.
Fade to black. And the very next day.
Wait, sorry. I want to figure out what Ken is doing. I'm confused.
Oh, well, he's writing a nice note to Zeka for whenever we give him the blanket as a gift.
Oh.
Okay, and you want Ode to draw it? Okay.
Yeah, here, I'll paste in what I had originally made. Oh, nope. First I gotta recopy it. There we go.
Oh, so nice.
And now I'm redoing it on a thing of pink parchment imagery that I just found. Because he's going to do it on both of their pieces of paper because he saw how Ode was like, "You're not going to use my paper?"
No. Okay, that's fine.
Her cocktail napkins?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, I think that's beautiful.
Send to back.
Wait, are you using PowerPoint?
Yes. Fuck off.
Anyway. And as the night fades to black, you guys awaken the next morning, and you are within maybe just a few hours of Herria Magi. You guys get on the road again, and...
Wait, actually, I'm so sorry. I want to jump back. When Ode sees this, she's like, "Oh, Byron, this is so sweet. Is there a problem with having this piece of paper that says to our greatest and most magical friend on it for when we're going into this scary magic set?" Just because everyone got like real upset when I suggested doing the Mystara symbols on his pants.
Well, I figure we'll just destroy this letter. It's just supposed to be a nice little thing for him whenever he gets the gift.
Oh, okay. Maybe at the bottom, put P.S. Please destroy this.
I like this.
Zeka doesn't get confused.
Zeka reads it. He's like, "Oh, this is the sweetest thing anyone's ever done for me." And then Byron runs up and burns it while he's reading it. And you'll never see it again.
Well, I guess I can just hold on to this then.
No. I think it's such a sweet idea. I really think you should give it to him.
Alright. I'll just have to tell him to either hide it extremely well or destroy it.
That sounds like a great plan. Sorry to interrupt you, David.
Thought you guys are good. Honestly, this is perfect.
Alright, let's get to bed though.
Alrighty. And we fade to black.
Yeah. Well, actually, one more thing. I'm kidding.
And the next day, you guys are just a few hours away from Herria Magi, and you guys wake up and just begin your trek. And again, as you guys move forward, you do see for certain, like you guys see like a pretty sizable caravan getting bottlenecked isn't quite the right word, but you see it slowing down, and eventually you crest a hill, and you see, just in a slight valley, Herria Magi. You see and you see at the very front gate, you see a whole bunch of what's the word I'm looking for? You see a whole bunch of carts just kind of at the gate, just with just what you can assume are either like city guards, weaves guard, whatever, like the ones that are coming in, like going over and doing like a quick inspection, like, you have any magic? Yes, no. Let them through. And from this distance, you can see some of them, like some of the carts are like being basically like pulled into like another lane, and where there are more just people kind of investigating it. You think that in about 10 minutes you'll be like up there, maybe not at the gate, but like right there. And as you guys get to Herria Magi and you see this kind of checkpoint at the front of people just inspecting the carts that are entering and inspecting the carts that are leaving, I think that's a good place to stop as any.